Good afternoon and welcome back to Minnesota for the 2025 PDGA Masters Disc Golf World Championships presented by Zuka. Today, we crown a world champion. Welcome in, everyone. Terry Miller joined alongside three-time world champ and Masters eligible Nate Dawes. Wow, it has been an incredible week of golf. We'll see if the weather holds up for us, but I'm ready for the fireworks. Even if they were last night, I think we're going to bring more today.
I mean, if what we saw on the MP40 side is an indicator of what we're about to see, grab a drink and sit down because this is going to be a good old time. The weather is going to be a factor, and yes, I am eligible to play in the Masters, but why would I? You got somebody like Joe Rovere out there just absolutely killing it. He's dialed in. The guy is prepared. He is going to try to fend off several guys today who are going to try to become a world champion themselves.
Yeah, it's been incredible to watch. And then we heard the focus that came from him yesterday, talking about what he needs to do. It's been so impressive. He's out there trying to claim his fourth world title. So impressive. And I'm looking forward to it. And as we know, he's going to have a couple of guys ready to challenge him. And as we take a look at what happened yesterday at this course, we see just some of the differences out there, including where most of the scoring was happening. And one of the things that jumps off that page at me is what Kale Leiviska was able to do in the back half to keep himself in contention, right?
Yeah, no question about it. This one right here, the putt on 10, that was a circle 2 putt that really got him going. And honestly, from there to the finish, he was almost perfect because this par right here on 14, that was about as good as he was going to do with a backhand. The thing that's really critical here, and this could be what makes the World Championship for Kale Leiviska, are these two bogeys by Revere and Napier that got him 2 strokes closer to the lead. Man, honestly, it could be anybody's game as we head to the finish today.
Another swing at Blue Ribbon Pines. This will be the third round out of the 5. They played 2 rounds at the famed Kaposia Park. Now we're back out here crowning our champion at Blue Ribbon Pines. And the third guy of our broadcast booth is Grant Zellner, and it sounds like he again has a very special guest. Grant Zellner catching up with the GOAT, the greatest of all time, Ken Climo. Grant, take it away.
It's hard enough tracking down Ken Climo once, but to get him 2 days in a row, I mean, that's special. So, Kenny, thanks again for your time, for spending it with us. I want to just get some insight from you as these guys go off here on day number 5. You know better than most about the grind that these players go through to be this elite at the sport and yet to have to balance life and finances and all of that, many of them on somewhat limited means. What was that like for you, and how do they do it?
You know, I think it's just a matter of how much passion and love you have for the game. And I think a lot of these older players, they have the severe passion and love for this game, which, you know, propelled it into where it's at now. And I think that's what goes the most into it, is, you know, just having that heart for it. And you'll do anything to, you know, to make a trip like this happen. And it's just for the love of the game. And I'm so happy to be out here today and watching all these, you know, elder statesmen compete on the final day of a world championship. One of my local friends, Johnny McRae, just won his title a few minutes ago, and it was a really heartfelt moment, you know, to watch that and watch him secure another world title. You know, as far as, you know, getting it done today, I think, you know, it's gonna, who's ever got the best fortitude, the focus, the will, determination, you know, they're gonna get the job done.
You experience so much the atmosphere of a championship final day in terms of having to try to get a good night's sleep the night before, figuring out what you're going to do during the day all the way until a mid-afternoon tea time. I mean, for you, what was the routine that helped you get through that, handle the pressure, all of those kinds of things? What was a championship day like for you?
Well, if it was a tea time type day like today, I would make sure, you know, not to go to bed early. That way I could sleep in a little bit and, you know, not be up too early and not have a bunch of hours to mill around and think about it and things like that. And then, you know, just go out and get yourself a good meal beforehand, you know, not too close before the tea time. You don't have a full belly, you know. Want to work a little bit of that off and get a good warm-up session. Go out and get that putter ready, you know. Putt, putt, putt. That's drive for show, putt for dough, baby. Get that putter warmed up.
You experienced what it was like to have to sleep on the lead a lot, but you also had some times where you were the chaser. For you, were there advantages and disadvantages to being the hunter or the hunted? Which did you find that you preferred most often, and what do you think the guys today are going through in terms of figuring out which they'd like to be?
You know, obviously I would rather have the lead That way you have to do less in the end. You don't have to shoot as good. But, there's a few times I was a chaser, maybe not this late into a World Championships, but I think, getting the job done is about, your own confidence, your own self-belief. Obviously there's some conditions and things you have to worry about, the wind and, water on the ground, muddy, stuff like that. But pay attention to the conditions and just have self-belief. I think, whoever does that best out there, and we'll do it today. The person that makes the most putts, I think the putter really comes in handy, especially on a course like this with a lot of trees. Get in some trouble, your putter can save you a lot out here.
I know some players, the ones that I'm friends with, they try not to look at scores. They try to think about scores as little as possible. They write them down as they need to, and then that's it. Others watch them constantly, shot for shot, and they're really paying attention. Which were you? And tell us about what that was like in terms of controlling what you could control.
I didn't really watch shot for shot until like the last, 5-6 holes of a tournament. And I got to know where you're at that point. That's when it really matters. Beyond that, I paid less attention to kind of what was going on. I didn't focus fully on my disc golf game throughout the round. I would, look around at the beautiful nature and the birds and talk with friends and crack jokes and things like that. And just keep it lighthearted, You can't really have that strict a focus for 3 or 4 hours in a row. 5 or 6 days in a row. So I try to break it up, and only focus for my 30 seconds of my shot.
Mm-hmm.
So
we dealt with a lot of heat earlier this week. We dealt with quite a bit of wind at times yesterday. Today, rainy conditions off and on, a little gusty wind here and there. When it comes to bad conditions for you, which did you, if you had to choose, which affected you very little and you were fine with? Which did you hope you could avoid in terms of how you felt like that affected your ability to play?
Well, being a Florida boy, I'd say the cold weather probably affected me the most when I had to put bundles of clothing on and have mittens and things, and I think that definitely affected me most. But rain also, it's hard. Everybody's got a little trouble in the rain. Your disc gets wet, your hand gets wet, it gets tough. But there's a lot of products these days that kind of take care of that somewhat. But yeah, cold, I'd say, was definitely my nemesis.
You and me both. Now, did you get a chance today to catch any other battles as they came in? I know you mentioned Johnny McRae a moment ago, but anybody else? Did you get to see any other battles? And what's your take on what you've seen thus far in terms of crowning champions?
I stepped out of the car and got to see Scoggins getting crowned. I got here, a little later than some of the other divisions finished. So, yeah, I got to see her finish, and I got to see Johnny finish, and that's about all I've seen on the 18th green finish for world titles today.
Well, you know how hard it is to string together those. So just on the subject of 5 in a row, just talk about what a feat that is, really in any sport, but especially in ours.
Yeah, golf isn't the kind of game where, it's to be dominated. A lot can happen out there. It's tough to dominate and win consistently, especially as you can see what's going on with the Pro Tour these days. There's almost a different winner every weekend. It's refreshing. But, yeah, to dominate like that is like I said, it's a test to your will, your fortitude, your self-confidence, and,
being able to get the job done and make some putts. And Owen's a dang good putter.
Well, Kenny, thanks so much for spending this time with us. I understand we're going to spend a little time back out there on the course. I hesitate to ask this, but I'll go ahead and give it a go. Any predictions in terms of what you think might happen during this final round for the MP40 division?
I think we're going to probably see Kale make a little bit of a push for his hometown crowd, try and make it. He's 3 strokes back. It's within striking range, and we'll see if Joe can hold him off. And Dutch Napier's right there, and he's been playing solid all week. So I look to see a battle between those 3 guys.
All right, for Kenny Climo, we'll see you out on the course, guys. Take it away.
Again, so great to hear from Ken and all of his insights out there. Glad he's out there taking it all in. As just mentioned, Owen Scoggins, your FP40 champion for the 5th year in a row. Johnny McRae just crowned champ, MP50 again. Juliana picks up another world title. Kevin Babbitt holds off the likes of both Jay Redding and Barry Schultz to take MP55. Lydia Helgren takes FP55. And Ron Converse, MP60, your champion here at the World Championships. And we've got a few more. Chris O'Cleary, FP60. Eric Rainey, MP65. Sandy Gass, part of the O-Town girls, takes down FP65. Randy Beers claims another world title in MP70. And Lori Cloyes Chupa takes down FP70. And Dr. Rick, folks, who was winning world titles when you and I came into the game, nothing seems to change. He takes down MP75. Congratulations to all of our professional world champions, as well as all the amateur world champions that are crowned here today and the rest of this week. And our chase card action is just about ready to go. We've got tall Paul Oman along with Coling, Rico, and Felberg. No, this isn't early 2010s. We're here in 2025 at the
We are
Worlds.
live on hole one. Live on one. Welcome to the final round of the PDGA Masters World Championship, sponsored by Zuka. First up for our chase card from Evansville, Indiana, Paul Oman. Next up from Mount Holly, North Carolina, Jeremy Coling. Next on the box from Silmar, California, Steven Rico. And rounding out our chase card from Lake Sinclair, Georgia, David Feldberg.
Grant Zellner is going to catch up with Big Germ for a walk and talk. Take it away.
Germ, a minute ago we were talking with the champ, Kenny Climo, about his thoughts about being the hunter or the hunted on a championship day. You are hunting down the leaders as best you can. What are your thoughts about which you would rather be and what you're going to try to do today?
I've never really been much of a hunter, Grant, but I do appreciate being on the chase card here at this event. This is just a really special feeling. I've been thinking about this day for a really, really long time, going back years. Being within 8 strokes of the lead is, you know, there's hope, but the way that those guys at the top have been playing, you know, there's only so much you can do, and I'm just going to go out there and try to do as well as I can today.
How does it change your strategy? Will you start to try to take maybe some risks earlier in the round?
There's no risks out here, man. You just hit lines and you get rewarded. You make putts, you get rewarded. That's it.
All right, Jerem, best of luck today. Chase them down.
Thanks.
And as Big Germ said, it's going to be tough, you knowing you're that far back with the skill level that sits in front of him. Joe Revere is sitting at 36 under par. Germ had a couple of good rounds out here. When you look at the 8, the 9, the 10, somewhere in that neighborhood, those are great rounds, but you have to assume our leader is going to be shooting somewhere between 5 and 10 as well. And so Germ's going to need something more than special to have a chance here.
It's a good assumption. I will say the pressure of the final round is always different from every other round. And I will agree with Big Germ. There's really no risk to take. There's no extra aggression. I totally agree with him. Hit your lines today. Make good shots, and that's what will pay off for you. So, you know, honestly, I think that's the game plan, man. Just go out and play as good as you can, and don't try to take overdue risk. Still a chance to make this. Oh. Wow, really good run there by Felberg. It was a tough stance, obviously having a kneeling in the water.
If I could have fell forward, I could have got it. I didn't want to fall.
You could hear him say he wanted to maybe do more of a
Lunge.
extension lunge type putt, but because of the water and the fence there, he just really couldn't.
Steve Rico just outside the circle. Not able to connect today.
And really, you look at this card, you have Germ at 28, you got Oman at 31. I think Big Germ is the last guy who really has an honest chance to win the tournament at 8 strokes back. Guys like Rico, guys like Felberg, I mean, you're really just trying to do something special today. Finish on a high note, make some birdies, avoid those big mistakes, and you know, really walk away from the week going, yeah, I didn't win, but at least I finished on a high note. I think that's the big goal for those guys. On the other hand, Oman, you got to take you know, every opportunity you get throughout the day. And I mean, really, hole 1 is a birdie hole. You know, it's just 340 feet. If you saw the difference between the way Big Germ played the hole and the way Rico and Felberg played the hole, Rico and Felberg had much more overstable discs. Big Germ took a little bit of a straighter line and was able to absolutely park the hole. Disc selection is definitely critical.
That's the oldest thing about all of it.
As they're through hole 1, we'll take a quick break on the network. We'll be right back.
I'm Jennifer Allen. I'm Sarah Hokum, and I use the Trekker. And I use the Trekker LG. The Trekker holds up to 25 discs, and I like a lot of extras. The LG holds 30 discs, so I can have backups for my backups. There's nothing that I don't have room for. There's even enough room for your emotional support animal. I think the Trekker is for someone who wants to have everything on the course. You want to be prepared, we can carry everything we need, and I have a comfortable place to sit on the course.
If disc golf is your game, make Gotta Go, Gotta Throw your disc golf warehouse. With a huge selection of discs, bags, baskets, carts, shirts, and more. GottaGoGottaThrow.com has all the tools to take your game to the next level. Shop online or our Golden Valley, Minnesota store. Free shipping with all online orders over $75. Online or in-store, get what you need for the game you love. GottaGoGottaThrow.com, your disc golf warehouse. In the game since 1993.
Back. Paul Oman takes the tee of 2. Barely getting inside that tree, but riding up the left side fairway. Good shot by Rico.
Yeah, on any of these shorter par 4s, hole 2, just 450 feet. It's really just about making good progress and finding yourself in the fairway. That's going to give you a great opportunity to make birdie.
That was the tree that Rico barely went inside. Sounds like Dave connected. Probably a nasty kick, left or right, either way. And we're going to check in over at the PCS Open in Norway. Adam Hammes, who came out with a blazing opening round, trying to keep things going here in round number 2.
Yeah, I mean, Adam's been playing really, really good as of late. And he started off hot yesterday. He's continued his good play here at the PCS. I mean, this would be a really big win for Adam to be able to go over the pond, win in Europe, especially with 2 majors happening over the next three and a half weeks or so. But boy, he is in a real battle. Look, Gannon Burr, the #1 player, right on his heels, shot 11 down today. Yes, they Neiman, and what great play by him, but AB as well. Look, these guys have continued to funnel to the top. We're seeing them regularly on lead cards, Terry. Tomorrow should be a fantastic final round.
And when can you see that, you ask? I'll tell you. You can tune in at 3:30 a.m. Eastern time for the FPO action, and then 9 a.m. Eastern for the conclusion of the tournament on the MPO side. And post-production now taking place over there on MDG.
Yeah, and that PCS event has really just gotten so much better every single year they've gone out there, and what a great field this year.
I feel honored that I was there the year that both Avery and Eagle were in attendance and got to capture the action firsthand. A couple years later, seeing it on the Pro Tour. One of the best parties in the world, no doubt.
Yeah.
I mean, when you have to shift what day you end the tournament on because of a party, I'm there. Sign me up.
Wow, so Felber kicked to the right. He was drifting left. He kicked right. Just trying to throw a little backhand roller. Not a bad shot. He's going to give himself some options. He can either go left or right. That's 2 shots in a row from Felberg that were just not quite committed, both on 1 and now on 2. They were left initially and didn't really make much move off that left side. So he's going to have to try to adjust that, especially when you head over to 3 and it's a dead straight shot. And this front 9, Terry, is so much more challenging than the back 9, especially tee to green. The holes are much more wooded. A lot more big numbers can happen. And, you know, honestly, I kind of feel like it's just hanging on for dear life. Try to make a few birdies. Don't make the big mistake. And once you come out of the woods on 9, then you can really start to streak some birdies on that back 9. All right, so Felberg is going to take this left side. It's better to throw a little sidearm here, but the backhand is still a good option. Oh, and that late kick is he's not going to like that.
Yeah, the execution of the throw and where he was headed was great, and then it gets that last kick at the end. Still makeable probably with some obstruction, but he could have done without it.
And that's the advantage of throwing that sidearm through there, because that would chip. That would be spinning and skipping up right instead of that backhand try to drifting left. Because of the sidearm play from Big Germ off the tee, he's going to be looking over here on the right side.
Good.
This shot is definitely in Big Germ's wheelhouse. He's so good with these little kind of chippy sidearms, a lot of control. Of course, growing up in North Carolina, playing disc golf in North Carolina.
No, that's not enough.
That's a little high, though. Not bad. Still made it to the edge of circle.
Kale just about ready to go, along with caddy Mitch, also from Minnesota, as we look at some of the dominance we've seen in Minnesota, including Kale with 89 wins, 53% winning percentage in Minnesota. So impressive.
That is so insane. I mean, obviously you're seeing all these really great players. Timmy Gill, of course, Danny. We saw Danny play a few weeks ago up at the Preserve. All these guys are great. And Kale just so dominant at 53%. It's a tough state to win tournaments in, and Kale's been at the top of that heap. But, bam, I mean, Katie Pinkman, too, 70%. That's pretty good, too, Ter. Wasn't it at the Preserve? That was the trivia question. Who has the best winning percentage in the state?
And/or most wins.
And you picked out Katie.
Yeah. I've been around for a while.
Yeah, you have.
Okay, so just outside the circle.
Yeah, I think just a little too high for both those guys. Oh, Rico, just a perfect tee shot. This is just a little chip.
Nice, Steve.
And it should be a birdie for Steve Rico. Tap in action coming on the second. This man, Joe Revere, hunting his 5th world title.
The Chalker from Innova, your 2-in-1 chalk bag and mini marker. It's a chalk clay hybrid sports sack and PDGA legal mini.
This summer, discover Estonia and feel the energy of Tallinn. From July 17th, the European Disc Golf Festival brings the sport's biggest stars to the legendary Tallinn Song Festival grounds. Experience world-class disc golf in a land of wild nature, vibrant culture, and medieval charm. Estonia is waiting. Tallinn is calling. Get your tickets now at svibi.com.
Experience is the greatest teacher, and I'm so blessed after 40 years and 150 so courses, every project I'm still learning. I think when you get down to it, a lot of it is about vision. There's the vision for individual holes, there's the vision for the property and what it can become as a course and what it can become as a venue. And then there's the vision for what disc golf can become.
The PDGA Masters World Championship is presented by Zuka. It's more than a bag, it's a Zuka. Paul Oman has a birdie look.
Champ said it. Got to make these extra putts. Wow, a lot of chain there for Oman. That could have stayed just a little, not enough speed into the chains. Just outside the circle.
And that might be a nasty comebacker, depending on how obstructed it is.
Yeah, he could have wiggled down a little bit and have
kind of by where Dave is, right?
Yeah, that bushier foliage that's down there. Definitely. Man, what a beautiful view from up above. A lot of sod farms out here. Ray, the owner of the property, just a awesome dude, man. Totally been committed to this project for years and years, and finally culminating here with a major championship. It's got to be a good day for Ray and his team, the whole Minnesota team, in fact.
This is the BRP vibe. This is how we do.
If you didn't have a chance to see it, I really suggest going back yesterday and watching the interview by Joe Revere after his round. it really, I mean, it took you and I, Terry, a couple of minutes to really try to think about what he said. It was so genuine, it was so right on point, and so accurate. Talking about having ADHD,
We are
talking
live
about this
on
hyperactivity,
Live
and we'll see if he can't hone that in today and walk away with his 4th world
Welcome
title.
to our final round of the PDGA Masters World Championship, sponsored by Zuka. First up on your lead card, from Longmont, Colorado, Joe Revere. Next up from Owensboro, Kentucky, Dutch Napier. Next from St. Paul, Minnesota, give it up for Kale Levisco. And rounding on our card from Galena, Ohio, Brad Schick.
And they are off. We're going to check in with our chase card and see what's left on hole 2.
He definitely wiggled down here. Of course, his long leg's going to give him a clean look. But sort of a must-make here for Germ early. It's going to raise the blood pressure and the frustration level there for Big Germ. Nothing spectacular from the final 4 on hole 1, but I think Kale did get a little bit lucky, sort of kicked out onto the edge, a makeable putt. But boy, Dutch Napier had a beautiful shot, just, I mean, inches away from being nearly perfect. He'll have a look for birdie as well.
Mine over there, kid?
Oh, there's one there.
Oh, right there. Okay. I got you. You guys are out?
Little traffic control.
I'm probably right at the circle's edge.
Yeah, looking at Dutch guy, just outside mark.
Okay.
So there you go. It seems about everybody's at the edge of the circle or just inside. Boom. Wow.
We'd call that a statement putt, wouldn't we?
To himself and to the rest of the card. I mean, that's a belief. I honestly, in 2 days, I haven't seen any doubt in Dutch. He's made a few mistakes, but man, he has made some big putts. And look at that reaction by Dutch Napier.
What are you guys seeing out there, Grant?
Kenny, what did you see in this putt?
Well, his disc is right behind a couple of large trees with some other smaller trees around. He's going to have to stretch way out to his right and throw a bit of a hyzer putt. He's got a window. He's got a little height to work with, so it's makeable, but it's going to take a good effort. It's all about speed here. You got to throw at the right speed so it curves at the right time. And he's got it.
Just like that.
And Joe answers along with a little excitement, fist pump as well. Intensity? Are we going to turn it up a notch or two on hole one? I'm ready.
Joe's, he's ready for it, man. This guy is ready. Yesterday, he made a ton of putts as well. And similar to what I said about Dutch, there is no doubt in Joe's mind that he's going to win this tournament.
Brad Schick checking the wind. Looks like it's blowing right to left for him. And just not enough height.
Yeah, he just didn't have the kind of angle that Joe had. Though he was closer to the basket, it just wasn't as good of a release angle.
Cale started 3 back. He needs this to remain there. And without hitting a chain.
Come on.
That goes in.
Wow. There you go. What an interesting start to this round. Our 3 guys all within striking range of this title. And Cale, he tickled one little tiny chain.
That's about the least amount you could possibly get it in without hitting a chain hardly. Wow, what a putt.
I mean, it didn't sound good from behind. You know, we couldn't see the basket, but boy, one little chain, that's all it takes.
It sounded like he just caged it and completely missed. Wow, an exciting first hole there, guys. What are you seeing, Grant?
Kenny, we just saw that putt from Cale yesterday. You talked about whether or not you liked nubs, and now we've gotten to see that first putt fall for him. How important was that for you in terms of seeing that very first putt go in?
Man, you know, it gives you that boost of confidence to start your day off right with a birdie. All these guys did really good on that hole. I think, 3 of them birdied and 1 of them didn't. So looking like a hot start here to this final round. And, yeah, the nubs have played a part in that one for sure. He didn't catch any chain. He hit the front nubs, and it crawled over into the basket for him. That's a fortunate break, but he'll take it.
It's super calm right now, so much so the mosquitoes are just really, really causing a problem. That's yet another factor that these players have to deal with when it comes to the conditions, isn't it?
That is definitely part of the conditions, dealing with the insect life and the bug life and things like that, and the weather. And this is definitely the weather that's bringing those bugs out today, because it's a little overcast and the mosquitoes want to come out a little more when it's not quite as hot and sunny. So it's definitely going to be a factor today. It's wet and damp back in these woods.
They're on the tee, gentlemen. Back to you.
Forehand, just trying to get around the corner for Napier.
Yeah, and as I said with our chase card, I think just making progress here on hole 2, not hitting early. Remember, we saw Felberg hit early, and that led to, let's see, what did he get? Terry, we didn't actually see that from Felberg. Well, he actually did make that putt, so he went on to save par. But either way, he took the bogey completely out of play, or excuse me, the birdie. That's only 450 feet. You got to just make good progress here. Going to leave Cale kind of in no man's land. We saw German a similar situation earlier.
Now with Oman on the tee of 3. Peered it.
He really did.
That is about as good as you could ask for. Just down the middle. He won't have any obstruction on the approach. That should be a routine up and down all day long. Should be a birdie for Oman. Chick hoping to push more to the right. Open up his alleyway. Here's Felberg's second shot going with the backhand roller.
What?
Oh, and it gets all the way up there.
That's his second backhand roller and as many holes. Unreal.
You don't win 7 majors without having a few tricks up your sleeve.
Look, it's so risky. There's an OB line down the entire left side over there. It's probably about a 18-foot wide pathway over there, and he flips it back up into the middle fairway. Germ, all the guys in the group impressed.
That'd be one heck of a birdie if he converts. Back with Oman. Just the long jumper. And that is textbook. Dutch trying to slide it in, worried about going deep.
A little speedy there. Remember what we saw from the previous group. I mean, they were going a little bit high, leaving it short. Dutch just had way too much heat. Need a little bit more touch there on that second shot if you're going to go with the backhand, or excuse me, with the sidearm on the right side.
Nice patent pending from Germ.
Yeah, this is that no man's land I'm talking about. Especially these two ones on the left, Terry. I don't know which gap they're going to go for.
And Joe's found the gap, but he too goes deep. We saw the reaction from Climo.
I mean, maybe a little deep.
Grant, what are you guys seeing?
You probably hit something. I would have clapped for it if I were up there.
Yeah, it's definitely found a way to get all the way through what should have been, you would think, a backstop, but it didn't find anything. It's long, probably 35 to 40 feet at least, out in the open on the other side of this grove of trees.
And is that going to be the same for what we saw from Dutch on the previous shot?
Yeah, Dutch is also back there, not quite as far in terms of distance to the pin.
A late kick for Brad.
I think all in all, that was pretty good effort there by Brad.
Kale exploring both options.
I just don't see how he could go left. I mean, he's looking at it right now. The problem with going left is really the angle is so severe. I think it would be very difficult for him to get it to try to fly all the way out through that smaller gap on the left side. This right side is a much bigger gap. Though there's more trees, these pine trees, it's just a lot more options.
And even if you misfire on this right side, still getting up and down feels relatively easy.
Yeah, see this left side right here, Terry, this tree we're looking at, that's the one that really makes it a problem for Kale, because it's going to force him to immediately try to bounce this out. But with the right touch and angle, he could get to a putt.
Yeah,
boy, he went low.
Yeah. I just think the weight shift, trying to find the best possible way to even take his stance, none of that in Kale's favor. And now he's second guessing, maybe or maybe not. Should it have been a forehand roller?
Yeah.
I would have loved to see the roller personally from him there.
I agree.
Here's Felberg now with the highly skilled birdie effort, and no, kicked out. Just right back at him. Rico today will have to settle for par. Well, I guess after yesterday, we can take that as a birdie average over the 2 days. Because yesterday he threw this shot in for eagle. Steve Rico a 2 on the third.
That was awesome.
Kale right there, give him the hug.
Yeah, that tee shot was within a few feet of where Paul Oman was. So that gives you a good idea. Out there about 120, 130 feet away. It's a par 4, it's 444 feet, so gettable for birdie.
And Kale's able to fight through, but this is going to be a par for him on the second.
I think Kale will definitely be disappointed there. Even to him deciding to go left, it just wasn't the best execution from that position.
You see her touch? Yep, knock it down.
Looks like Joe will be out.
Kind of see him looking. Joe's looking up in this area right here to try to slide through those trees.
Hit the main window, but not quite all of the angle he needed.
Yeah, he actually hit a small branch before the window and then another one after that kind of did it in. Boy, Dutch still not actually sure of where his disc is.
Looks like Climo's going to also double up as a spotter for us to go over there and help out. Very kind of him. While they get adjusted, we'll catch back up with Oman throwing his second on the fourth. Nice looking forehand. Kicks up and stays barely in bounds.
Yeah, hole 4, the most difficult hole on the course yesterday, playing almost about 3/4 of a stroke over par. So par is birdie over there. 4. Justin Bunnell, he's played 5 holes. He's 5 under par. That's the kind of day you want on Championship Saturday here at the Masters World Championship.
And Dutch was able to get out to here, so that's actually his tap in. Fireworks on the second, but now we head over to the daunting third.
Yeah, I was just mentioning it. Par 4, 444 feet. It's really just dead straight. There's not much to talk about here. I like the tee shot that's you take sort of a mid or a fairway driver and you just draw it off this left side towards the middle. I think that gives you the most space for the disc to move. And a great shot is really about middle of the spot here, about halfway down the fairway. And then the second shot is very similar to the initial tee shot. Now, when we saw Felber, get a little tricky, you do have the out of bounds line on the left. If you take a bad kick left on the left trees, you can go OB as well. Iconic hole here at Blue Ribbon Pines.
Asking for it to be nice.
It was a really great flight, just a little bit of a miss release point, a little bit more right than he would have liked, but that's the perfect flight. Just drawing right with something slow. You really don't need much more than a mid here. Oh, baby. This is fantastic, Terry.
What a shot.
Kale looking to do the exact same thing. Kale takes a completely different style. He goes with the hyzer flip. And that does work as well. That's a very nice shot. You can see even with Dutch. That's definitely a guy that's played out here at BRP a lot.
skip straight, so he'll be just fine. What are we seeing here, Doss?
So let's take a look here at the shot here by Dutch Napier. You can see he does have a mid-range disc, so it's a nice slow-flying disc. Let's go ahead and stop it right here. You can see, obviously, we're dealing with the gap. I like working off this left side. That way the disc has a little bit of space to come back. We just saw Kayla Viska take something here on the right side with a little hyzer flip. They both ended up basically in the same spot. Ultimately, a great shot by Dutch Napier. You can go ahead and play it. And it should be putting him in a great position to go ahead and make birdie here on this iconic hole.
Any insight out there, Grant, about some of the shots that were just thrown?
Well, maybe not for me, but Kenny, that disc that Dutch just threw so beautifully, did that look familiar to you?
Yeah, Dutch came to me this week and said, yeah, I got this disc from you out of your garage about 20 years ago. It's a nice mid-range. I've been throwing a lot this week, and he was really appreciative that he was able to get that disc from me a long time ago.
Still throwing it, and it's still doing its job, guys. Back to you.
Sit down.
Some discs just continue to live on, and
I just
always
love
a
that.
purpose, right?
I just love that. I mean, could you imagine in really any other sport that could happen? You know, somebody going to Tiger, hey, you know, you gave me this driver 20 years ago. Like, that's not going to happen. Or like, oh, hey, MJ, I was at your private basketball court. You gave me a pair of shoes. Like, it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
I mean, how cool is that?
Yeah, such a beautiful component to our game as we're watching Oman pitch up next to the pin. Okay, saw a good friend out there, Jeffron, on the bag for Paul Oman. Good to see him out there taking in the action, front row. In fact, I think I've seen a few of the celebrities of disc golf all hanging out in the gallery. I'm excited to point them out when we get more action from them. Joe right now trying to figure out what he's going to do.
The thing Joe has to be very careful of here is the kick left. I just saw Schick, you know, get a little sneaky. He avoided kicking left, kept it clean, but that left kick can bring the OB into play. Kicks back to the right. So that was dangerously close to finding the out of bounds. Had he kicked left on that line, I think he certainly would have been over the line, but no harm, no foul. Still in the middle, chance to make par. His two closest competitors are, I mean, basically where he's at now after one.
And there it is, an old, what was always referred to as a Ching stamped rock is what I'm guessing that is. Lots of history, not only among the divisions, but like you said, among the equipment, and just some beautiful courses in play throughout this week. Blue Ribbon Pines been around a little more than 10 years.
Beautiful.
They played Kaposia, which has been around since I believe the late 80s or early 90s.
Yeah, what a huge event. I mean, over 1,000 competitors over the amateur, professional ranks. A little roll away from Dutch, but it stays close. Great opportunity for both Napier and Leviska.
And Justin Bennell.
Wow, he picked up another one.
You know what this is eerily similar to? His 300 games of bowling, as I know he has a few of those.
Bowler. Yeah.
And now we're seeing that he's off to a perfect start, 6 for 6. You see him 100% C1X and 100% C2. I mean, there's no gutter balls here whatsoever.
No, that's a check mark. That's exactly what you want to do on a championship final round. The fact that he got through 4 with a birdie, got the one on 5, and then got the one on 6. Let's see if Bunnell can't keep it rolling.
This guy's going to get up and down for birdie.
It kind of feels weather-wise, we're just in the middle of these 2 storm bands. We saw the rain this morning with your earlier show, MP40. Really pretty clear, and I think the forecast is saying till about 6:37. We're seeing no wind, mild temperature. Of course, they're dealing with the mosquitoes. That's always a factor at BRP. But, I mean, it kind of seems like green light for everything all the way to the finish here.
Thus far, we've dodged a bullet, so to speak, in terms of any weather that's halted play. We'll just have to keep that rolling. Beautiful look from above as now we head to the 4th. It's a combo hole, Nate.
It is a combo hole. If you play out here regularly, you'll know this has 2 separate holes. But here in the World Championship, it is a single par 4, 535 feet. The initial tee shot, not all that challenging, but you do need to find the critical part of the fairway. You can see here the way it bends over here to the right. The critical thing here is to notice this out of bounds left. We just saw Oman from a really very fantastic position not even be able to get his birdie, but he did get the par. Let's go ahead and stop it right here, and we'll take a look at what these players are going to be looking at. We saw Oman go over here on this left side, but he has to go over that out of bounds the entire way. If you're anything over here to the right, you end up having to go through these trees, and that's no good. That's going to be a very difficult birdie and likely could lead to a bogey as you could kick out of bounds. Let's go ahead and keep playing it and take a look at the second part of this fairway. A lot of little trees to deal with. Again, the risk of going out of bounds, but the reward of not having to deal with any trees to hit. Now we saw Oman hit some trees as he entered in, and we're seeing on the map here, we see this blue basket back here. That's the one we're going to. It's definitely a lot more tucked back in. Playing, like I said, 3/4 of a stroke over par. It is the hardest hole today, and honestly, I think par is birdie.
We're going to see a forehand with that stance in terms of what he's pinched up against. A really good flight. Unfortunate to finish the way that it did, but still a good flight. See if Dutch can take advantage of all that distance. Kale trying to match.
Should funnel down the hill, yes.
See Dutch is not too far from him.
You can hear the voice of Kenny reacting to the disc. They're down there in the fairway. Oh, that's a bad kick. There's OB. That second kick could have helped him big time.
Grant, what did you see from Reviere's?
Yeah, you're exactly right. Joe's throw looked like it was a bit offline all the way, and then that kick looked like it would be a disaster. But that second one at least rolled it out into an open area where he can attack the pin from there. It's going to be dangerous, but he can certainly do it.
To me, we're really at a big moment here. The decision that Joe makes. Remember what we talked about with Big Germ. There's really not aggressive plays, but with bad tee shots, you bring in shots that you maybe haven't practiced, or you feel like you have to take advantage. Big decision upcoming for Revere. See the basket out there. Tall Paul, you can see this tree right. Let me just move the camera, but we can. There's one main tree right in the middle of the fairway, as you're heading into the green. If he can just bend to the right of that with the proper weight, that's going to be ideal here for Oman. Just got to miss that, and he's got it on it.
Yeah, what a shot.
Yeah, a little bit short, wanted a little bit more out of that, but still great line. He's going aggressive. He's got to avoid a kick. Oh, I see a line tear.
Not much reaction.
Yeah, it's going to be a group decision if he is in bounds or not, and where he went out of bounds if he is. Might get a good mark all the way up by the basket. This looks great by Germ. A little lucky, but it worked out. Kale lined it perfectly, and he's nailed it. Takes a kick, though. That is close to the out-of-bounds line.
Let's check in with Grant. Are you up near the green, Grant, so that you could give us a couple of indicators on those last couple shots?
I am. It certainly looks like Joe Revere is OB and Kale. From where we're standing, it looks like he's OB. And now another shot comes in and OB. It looks like we may have 3 OBs. We will confirm and send it back to you guys for now.
Unreal. Yes. Kale.
Dude.
Oh, he thought he had it.
There, dude.
He thought he had it. Frustrated with the OB line, took the kick left.
Terrible, dude.
Look, the OB is what it is. You can't let it get under your skin. But for not any one of those two, either Dutch or Kale, to take advantage of Revere being OB.
Easy little forehand flick for Brad, not a problem.
All right, get me out of here. Play this hole in 20 more years.
I'm wondering from Champ. I mean, do these guys have makeable putts over here on this left side? A lot of little trees, but distance doesn't seem to be the problem.
Couldn't see it, but it went whack really loud and then was out of bounds. I'm thinking, there's no way to call it out. I think it's so bad.
What a great moment. I love this. He can see the basket, but can't go directly at it.
Oh, and he hits it off the cage.
Definitely a good little effort there. Door still open for both Dutch and for Kale.
Dutch not able to draw medal.
This is it's a big putt upcoming for Kale. If he's fortunate enough to find a little gap and he can take advantage to be able to pick up a stroke on both of these fellas. The concern I have is that Kale's just a little bit preoccupied with the fact that that OB line is there.
And mentally frazzled.
Yeah. Yeah, look at him. You just see it. You can see it. Just he's frustrated, and he's got to focus in. He really does.
And he cans it. Kale saves it.
Boom. Avoids disaster, and honestly, the made putt should hopefully erase all of the conversation about the OB line being there. Just like that, Kale's going to be within 2, tied with Dutch.
Not his typical putting style, but he switches it up for what's required here, punches it through the gap.
Yeah, correction, actually be within 1.
And what a save.
You're going to have 3 guys within 1 shot of the lead.
Speaking of top-notch putters, let's see if Rico can get it done. Yes!
That's right.
Rico with the hyzer putt coming in.
Really kind of the originator of the spin putt, man. I mean, Steve Rico's been making putts for too long. He's made too many against me, that's for sure. But the guy is a great putter, and honestly, when you see Owen Scoggins putting, she learned a lot of that from Stevie Rico down there at Oak Grove.
Oman, left side corner pocket.
Oman goes to 34. I mean, look, Tall Paul is 2 shots behind the lead, and they're only 1 hole ahead. This is a really big putt for Oman. He's already come up. He's already 3 ahead of Schick. So, look, Paul Oman is still in it at this point.
And still on his way to a 300 game is Justin Bennell. He's just birdied hole 7.
Crazy.
He is a perfect 7 for 7 here on Championship Saturday.
And we talked about how difficult the front 9 is. I really
Bennell didn't get the message.
I hope he can keep his game together as he heads to that back 9. So look, this is a chance for Kale. Kind of avoided disaster. He's now taken the tee. If he can continue to throw good shots tee to green, he can really control the group at this point. In these final rounds, I really feel like having the tee, controlling the pace. Wow.
That is perfect pace for Schick as he's right at the water's edge.
I doubt he wanted to go that close.
Yeah, he pumped the brakes 5 feet, shorter possibly.
It's that same Ching Rock we saw back on 3. Stance could be a problem for Dutch.
Same to be said for Revere.
Yeah, the swing for Revere. There's that tree right in front of where his disc landed. We'll see if he's going to have a clear swing. But good distance for all these guys off the tee.
Just needs to finish a little bit. That's going to go deep, possibly deep of the pin.
Yeah, I found the walkway. That little walkway on the right side over there, that's actually a pretty good way to get all the way to the pin. It's 372. We saw these guys yesterday have a lot of problems getting all the way to the basket. A lot of this coming into this short bunker of pine trees. Oman's up behind the pin. He's going to have a great chance. That's a beautiful look at the pond that they're playing towards here on hole 5. Second shot will have to go over it. The pond's really not a problem on the second shot whatsoever. But a nice feature here, Blue Ribbon Pines. Kale's going to have a similar shot to Oman, where he's going to try to just perfectly bend that little flex shot. This is really in Kale's wheelhouse here.
Circle's edge for a birdie look.
That looks like a guy on a mission right there, Terry. I don't know how you feel about it, but he's locked in.
And speaking of looks, did you guys get a look at Joe's shot? What's he going to have left out there?
He's somewhat obstructed, might have some footing issues. He does have some airspace to work with. Just can he put the shape that he needs on the shot to not only get out from the angle he's forced to use, but then get back all the way to this pin, which is tucked, sort of a little bit deep in a little bit of an area that's not out as open as it would have been if it was 25 to 50 feet shorter. Now Joe over his disc and airborne with the hyzer, just needs this to penetrate, and no, he's off of something early, a low branch. And down near this side of the water. I don't have eyes on whether or not he cleared the water or not. Back to you guys.
Wow.
Yeah, the one branch he needed to avoid, he connects, and then as it hits the ground slides back, but it hits in the OB section, so he'll have to take it from the short side of the pond if they saw it that closely.
Potentially. They're going to have a good angle if that branch does cross over on the other side.
Good call.
But if it didn't, I mean, he will have to stay on the short side.
Just go forward.
Wow, things just changed dramatically. Remember, and that's a good rollout for touch. I was talking about the pond not being a problem, and that was the one branch he could not hit.
I don't think any of us were thinking of that even happening, though. Well, he's trying to channel some of that Ken Climo world title love, that's for sure. And this is just how short that we see Brad of the OB line.
This is going to be a huge decision by this card, because if he's back here where Schick is, we just saw the problem Schick had. Up there, it's 80, 90 feet of distance.
Sure.
Come on, dude. It's been an interesting conversation. It might be obvious to them that the branch is over in bounds.
Certainly. Gonna take another look. Again, we have angles that they don't. And he just, that one branch, I don't even know if he was thinking about it whatsoever.
God, he squared it.
Exactly. Couldn't have hit it any worse, so to speak.
And it feels like it's coming backwards there. Yeah. Benefit, you know.
We'll see what is said.
Yeah, they're not talking about it at all. I think I'm pretty sure he's just got his mark, and yeah, he's about setting up. So
not much conversation.
No, they all agreed. And you can see how big of that really was, because had that not happened, he would have been back there by where Schick was.
Left side, Rico for birdie. Oh, come on. Yes. Rico gets that one to flop in.
I'm starting to get memories here, Terry, that are
giving you
maybe
nightmares.
Yeah, what a putt by Stevie Rico. Critical. This would be a big make.
Oh, it looked so good, didn't it?
It really did.
That's after going deep of the pin.
I love that he wasn't short. That was a good effort.
Jumper for Schick. Hesitates, wonders if he can start running it down, and he's going to have to hold the reins. Oman remains at 34 under, and that's trouble.
This is the second hardest hole in the course, and for all intents and purposes, he just made it the hardest. It's going to be an amazing par if he can get it. And an air ball for Kale. Did not expect that. And Dutch. Chance to be in the lead. He's got it. Dutch will be in the lead by himself. One ahead of both Leiviska and Rovier. Wow. And Oman just made a big mistake on 7. This is great, Terry. This is some good action.
Back-to-back bogeys for Rovier.
Yeah, and remember, Terry, we talked about it. Round 1, he only bogeyed hole 18 yesterday. Only bogeyed 18, I believe. Or did he have?
He had one. On hole, 5 or 6.
On 5 or 6. So I mean, he's only had 3 bogeys for 2 rounds out here. He's already got 2 here in the final round, when the pressure is at its absolute peak. Remember, Joe Rovier is chasing down his 4th in a row Masters World title. Leiviska, the hometown hero, he's got his mom out there on the course. And Dutch Napier, sort of the underdog in this situation. But he ain't giving up. He's a solo leader.
To update the graphic earlier, on Scoggins collecting her 5th. As we've been saying, Joe trying to get his 4th in a row.
Really, what is most impressive about this, beyond the obvious, which is 5 in a row for Owen, it's the fact that every year a new breed of 40, 39-year-olds come in.
Yeah.
And yeah, even the same could be said for Joe.
Let's throw it out to Climo for the calls here on the tee of 6.
Got Dutch Napier on the tee. Releases one nice and high over the cross branch. Looks like it's perfect. I need to go a little bit. It comes in a little soft. Oh, it skips up to the second to last log before the basket. That's really open, nice looking putt. Maybe 24 feet. Kale lined up. Pretty unique hole here with the cross branch. A little inside. Flipping up nicely though. Down low, catches the first log of all the logs. He's got, well, I don't know, circle's edge, maybe a little farther out, 33, 34 feet.
Whoa, boy.
Throwing quickly. Brad Schick hits something early and kicks down to the right. Looks like it's going to be fairly open from there. Maybe one little tree 15 feet in front of him. After that, fairly open to the hole. Should be able to save par. Joe, down the middle, looking beautiful. I mean, it's right at the basket. Can't ask for much better. Oh, it's the last tree it possibly could have. Kicked left, open putt, 25, 26 feet.
Robier looking to bounce back after the back-to-back bogeys. Now, there is a little redemption right off the bat here because this is one of the 2 bogeys he had yesterday. It was on this particular hole. He got caught up. Today, he pures the tee shot. So, although you may not see it in his face, you know he's thinking at least, hey, I threw a good tee shot here. Let's go up there and get it up and down and walk away with birdie.
Yeah, it's an interesting reaction. And I'm not going to question his reaction whatsoever. I think he's trying to put himself in a certain mindset that he's been in before. But that frustration on a really beautiful tee shot, he's just a little bit short a chance to make birdie. I think a lot of times players you'll see react, maybe doesn't necessarily, it's not conducive to what they just did, but they're trying to put themselves in this fired up mindset. I think that's what we just saw from Joe.
Paul's second shot.
Boy, we could see a big number here, Terry. A lot of OB up by the green. And he's not even really where a good tee shot would get to. The best play potentially for Oman is just going to be accept laying up again.
Don't touch it.
And the shot by Schick, overhand, up and over.
Does this not indicate that we're watching a Masters tournament, Terry? I've never seen anybody on the Pro Tour from the fairway throw an overhand. What a great shot by Schick. Really creative.
And a great result ultimately, too. That should be an up and down par.
Yeah. So a little bit of a putting contest here. We heard Champ say Napier, 25 feet. And Kale, another missed putt. Wow. Tough to win world championships if you're not making putts like that.
Joe for only his second birdie of the round. It flops out the right side.
It's early. We're only a third of the way through with this hole being completed. But a chance for Napier, who started behind Joe, to be able to jump 2 ahead.
Dutch answers. Back-to-back birdies on 5 and 6. He's birdied 4 of the 6 holes today.
Dutch Napier 7th in the World Masters ranking, but currently he's in 1st in the World Championship. He's had just 1 par. And honestly, Terry, that bogey on 4 was really an unforced error by Dutch, but nice bounce back with 2 birds.
Yeah, I'll talk more about Dutch and some of the finishes we've seen from him at the Worlds over the last few years, but first we'll go to Paul Oman throwing his 3rd.
OB short, OB long, OB left.
Does he have the line?
Oh, it looks good.
Oh, does it stay up?
Come on.
The groan tells me that that actually kicked down and out of bounds.
It was a gutsy shot by Oman, and very unfortunate.
Had it just stayed right there, it would have been great. In fact, it would have been a great par save, but what are we doing here on the 7th?
So hole number 7, it is the second most difficult hole of the day. You can see it's a par 4 at 530 feet. Again, with a lot of these shorter par 4s out here, it's all about position play. So you're going to try to throw something that a little bit of a flip up is actually ideal. That initial tee shot is better for a hyzer flip. Try to get it twist a little bit right. And as long as you can find yourself here in the open, that's going to be the critical piece of the puzzle. Over here on the left side, you have the out of bounds pond, the one we just threw over. And now this is the second shot. Let's go ahead and stop it here. You can see we have this pond right here. So you're dealing with the pond. There's also OB long, but that wall back there, that can definitely help you. And there's OB left. This pond actually comes all the way around. It's just about 15 feet from the basket. Let's go ahead and play it again. The second most difficult hole. And just like on hole 4, if you get caught up short, what's the decision going to be? We saw Rovere get aggressive. Hit cost him big time. And that could happen easily here on hole number 7.
Rico in prime position, throwing his second on 7. To track to the basket with slow down and off the backstop.
So you can use that backstop, but then look at the putt he's got.
Yeah.
The pond just 15 feet behind the pin.
Someone who's been out there helping us out. I think he's looking for a parting shot or two. What can we hear from Grant and Ken Climo? Take it away.
Well, champ, a pleasure as always getting to walk and listen to your insight. Even the things that don't make it on the air, you're constantly looking and seeing things that nobody else sees. And at this point, what are your parting thoughts as you leave this group to battle it out for the last 2/3 of this round?
Well, I mean, they've all had, some good and some bad so far this round, and Dutch has been kind of the only one to kind of take the reins. And we'll see. There's some tough holes left, some tough golf out here, some OBs here and there. So we'll see who can get through here clean and do the job. Dutch is looking like my front runner right now, but those other guys are chomping at the bit to gain some strokes on him, I'm sure.
Well, champ, I know how valuable your time is. Thanks so much for being with us today.
Thank you, Grant. Pleasure.
And what an honor to be hearing from Ken Climo the last couple of days. Really appreciate that. And thank you, Grant, for orchestrating and helping along with all of it.
Yeah, I think you and I can agree. Having Kenny with us the last 2 days has been
This Golf Network's not going to want to cover the Masters.
We really appreciate it.
Hurry up.
Grant, please tell him that we say hi. It's a big moment here because a lot has happened over these 6 holes, and these guys have caught this chase card. And so the day could immediately change. A lot of time to wait on tee pads, a lot of contemplation to happen. We'll see if this chase card can't, gain a hole or two as we get through to the easier back 9.
Rico from circle 2. Does he have another one? He does. Little spoon delivers. As always.
Not bad, right?
It's a good little run, little turkey here by Stevie Rico.
Well, when you're at the snack shack, turkey sounds good, doesn't it?
Little turkey stick. This would be a bogey putt here for Oman.
The chance of tall Paul. World champ Dave Felberg puts in. I mean, there is something to be said about the overall flow that we have caught this card that teed off. Was it a full 20 minutes before? So, you are thinking about, well, it sometimes is good when the card in front of you is playing poorly enough that they're taking extra strokes, but none of the players outside of Paul are really making a charge here. So you wish they'd just get out of the way so these guys could get down to business. Crazy to think we've crunched that 20-minute gap into a wait here as another good shot comes from Dutch.
That Climo garage rock is working pretty good for Dutch Napier right now. Kale goes with that hyzer flip. Not enough flip, and he's going to get clipped up early. That might have been heading over towards that pond left. This was the problem with Kale yesterday. Tee to green, just not giving himself opportunities, but today, not taking advantage of the 2 missed putts in the last couple of holes.
Hit it.
Yeah. Oh, that's piped. Too much, in fact.
I didn't know there was OB over there, and Revere can't believe it. No one's thrown it that far, have they?
Okay, no, that we've seen, but that just means you're not paying attention to what I'm saying.
I'm just saying the fact that someone is putting it there, I mean, even if you mention it, no one's going there, right?
It's a big tee shot. This is an absolute pipe job out there. It's obviously it's in the range. You can see he's going to take his mark. He still has to deal with the pond.
He'll have the chance to save the par, but that look says it all.
It really does. Because when you release that disc, you're thinking, wow, that's perfect. I mean, these guys know that pond is there and in play. In fact, I was even worried about Kale's tee shot as it was starting to flip up and drift left. It can get over into that pond as well. So Kale back here in a position to just play this hole for par. Just to try to get as close to the pond up by the green as he can.
Maybe even possibly a long jumper.
Beautiful.
No, that is not even able to get there, so it'll be an actual toss over the pond on his third.
I think you have to resist any one of these 3 fellas in this group getting too far ahead of yourself or thinking that one shot is a disaster and going to take you out of it. I don't think that's the case at all here. I really feel like over the next couple hours, we're going to see some shifting happening. You have to stay in it to win it, just like Kenny Climo said. Got to stay focused.
Really good pace on that. Enough to easily get over the pond, but not so much that it hits the backstop. So, yes, you'll have danger behind him on the putt, but it'll be a much shorter range.
Yeah, no question, the best shot of the day for Brad Schick. Now, Terry, I want you to just recognize Dutch threw a rock, and he's only about 30 feet from that pond. So that pond is in play. And a beautiful shot by Dutch.
I guess so much of my astonishment has come that we've never seen anyone go in there in any of the coverage in the past.
Yes.
That was more so, not so much that it was there, just the fact that it's actually come into play.
I agree with what you're saying.
So Joe just has to avoid the massive mistake of coming up short and going in the next pond, right?
Correct. He's put under pressure here. He has to try to go long and make the putt coming back. Can't hit those trees.
Yeah.
That's exactly what he's done. Very nice.
We'll get it.
He's got an eye on it as they'll work to fish that out. Kale. Nice gentle approach. Right where he needs to be.
And Napier's going to be the only guy that's in the conversation to win, to have a birdie here. Chance to go 3 ahead. Crazy.
Back-to-back splits here on the back. It's like a little trouble for Justin.
Yeah, disaster in the 6th, 7th frames there, huh, Ter?
don't know if that's quite a 7-10 split if you arrange the numbers just right. I don't know, but a little bit of trouble. We've got Steve Rico looking for his 4th in a row.
Come on. Is he going to do it, Ter?
Just barely off. It was definitely a solid run.
Yeah, you got to be defensive on that. That's a very, it's not just elevated, it's a very elevated basket.
Got the water's edge, not a problem. Dutch in full control.
And I'm telling you, a putt like that, Terry, that's what world champions have to do. They have to make those 25-footers with danger behind. It's a part of the World Championship story. Schick finally gets his first birdie. All par so far for Schick.
And Joe just barely gets it in. Felt like that was a little faster routine as well.
It was. He needs a hard reset right now.
Feeling some of the pressures. Now falling back even more behind Dutch.
It's such a classic trap to fall into of disaster. But it's not a disaster. You always have a chance to make a big one. And what a putt there by Paul Oman.
Oman took his first bogey of the round on the 7th, and on the 8th, the best kind of bounce back.
So no way. You talk about superhero stuff. There's a flying Kev man.
I don't know if I'll ever fully know if I'm doing the right thing because I feel like I can always do more. But one thing that I learned earlier this year was just if you can just help someone and then go out and reach just one more person, that's something that stuck with me, was just one more. Just see if you can touch one more life. Like, don't be like, I want to change the world, I want to change this. Just change one life. And that goes such a long way, because if we can all just help one person, I think we'd be set.
And Dutch, who's our front runner right now, checking back, his last 4 world championships that he's been competing in have been, well, I'll say consistent. 2021, he took 7th. 2022, he took 12th. 2023, he took 12th. Last year, 7th. So he's played in 4 worlds and gone 7th, 12th, 12th, 7th. Right now, he's your leader. And we wait again.
Yeah, I think we're going to be doing a lot of this over the next probably at least 3 to 4 holes. You know, until we can get into the open.
Grant, is there a backup at the burger bar, the snack shack? What's going on out there? Is there maybe a cart? Is the 3rd cart playing slow?
On them now, though. I don't know if he's waiting for us or what.
No, I think the problem just is that the basket at hole number 8 is barely circle's edge away from the tee pad for hole number 9. So the little gallery that is following that card has no choice but to sort of back up into the edge of the fairway for 8. So they're just going to let them clear, and it looks like they're doing so right now.
Good call.
Yeah, kind of an ideal scenario. Let them move on.
Looks like our man Bill Newman out there.
Oh, yeah.
Working some marshal duties. I've seen, again, some other celebrities out here taking in the action.
Bill's got to have the most world championship marshals. I mean, he's been at least 2 of the ones I won.
Oh.
Pull, big pull.
Sneak. Keep going.
Asking for it to sneak and keeps going and then gets a kick.
Wow.
Toward the pin.
What?
It couldn't go any better after a pulled shot.
There's OB right even. You can take a bad kick and go OB.
Schick just going to play it conventional and park it with a flexing forehand, trying to double his birdie count.
Man, that fortune for Dutch, that can mean everything. Kale's really got to pick it up here. He's going to be out there in no man's land. Another long putt. Quick play from Joe and hands up immediately.
This should be nearly parked. Instead goes deep inside the circle.
Man, that's not going to be easy putt. It's elevated basket, but it's the mindset. It's the mindset right now. It's an immediate reaction of negativity for Joe. Oh, this is 40 feet offline.
And the last tree on that right side, outside of the circle, close to 40 feet, as you said, and then kicks him inside the circle. You got to call the bank shot, I thought. Those are old school rules, right? And speaking of old school, Grant, I hear you have a little info about Dave Feldberg, one of our old school players out there.
Yeah, you guys aren't going to believe this. I certainly didn't, but it came straight from the man himself. According to Dave Feldberg, before this week's event, he had played a grand total of 17 holes of disc golf this calendar year. He played 9 holes back in February, and he said he played 8 holes in Tulsa at a special event that he was in Tulsa for. Other than that, he said he did not play a hole of disc golf leading up to this event. He's also playing with a driver that was given to him this week and a putter that he had to buy from the pro shop because some of his discs literally were breaking as he was getting them out to prepare for this event.
Just when we talked about him yesterday carrying a bag of 70 around, he somehow has to buy some more. LaVisca from long range.
Oh, dang. Almost made that.
Tall Paul from long range. Same exact result.
Cutie boy.
So much danger on the next hole, but first, Joe Revere has to pick up a birdie here on 8. And he's done just that. See if there's any reaction after he finds the bottom of the basket here.
It's just kind of this disgust. It's kind of like, oh, well, that stayed in? You know, I mean, and that's, again, we're just noticing it. I'm not going to really question him on it because I think at some point he's trying to put himself in a mindset. But Dutch just keeps making putts, taking advantage of good fortune.
That's his 4th birdie in a row. He's going to maintain a 3-stroke lead over Revere.
The scary thing for the rest of the card is that minus a bad sidearm on 4 and really a shank that got lucky here on 8. He's been basically perfect.
Put that one away for a little bit.
Yep, going to put the rock away as they head into the open now.
Checking with Germ on 9.
Come on.
Well, there's your whole preview.
Yep. Yeah, if you look, Big Germ's one of the best with these little chippy sidearms here. Go ahead and take a look at hole 9, just 250 feet. A lot of times you see these players go up above here, kind of over the top, throwing a big flexy putter mid, something like that, right where our drone is flying. Germ took that real safe play down low, but that's a difficult shot for a lot of these players to throw, especially, let's go ahead and stop it here. You can just see that OB line behind the pin. You know, that's only about 15 feet away. Germ, he could have easily gone long. A lot of the guys like to go high, and that can keep him just a little bit short and try to make a putt on this one. Overall, we're heading out into the open now. Great chance to make birdie here on 9.
It's such a dangerous hole.
Oman? Yeah.
I agree that it's dangerous, but also gettable with the good wind conditions.
Big forehand swooping left to right with Oman and rings it up.
Let's go, Paul Oman.
Oman aces the 10th. And just like that, he goes to 36 under. A tie for second with Revere. Of course, Big Germ's on the card. That's what he does. He watches others ace.
Unreal. Unreal. This is also a part of your World Championship story as the rain is starting to fall here as we head to the back 9. Paul Oman, he's not just a factor, he is in it in second place. Incredible.
Making it rain on the 10th.
Sick. Absolutely sick. 330-foot side on there, Terry, with a smile from tall Paul Oman. Soak it up, buddy. Soak it up.
Let's see.
Yeah, we see a lot of this, Terry. Way out right. Oh, and that could be long out of bounds.
Grant, did we see Batman's go deep? Is he OB or is he safe?
Yeah, he got the cross flags, but I believe he is OB. Hit the long grass, which is out of bounds.
Same for
Over here
Schick,
to
right?
Player's right.
I mean, out. Just the arm up.
Indeed it is. Schick out of bounds by about the diameter of the disc.
Huge moment for Revere.
Oh, he's got this. This is parked. Beautiful.
And right near the bullseye. This will likely be at least a 2-stroke swing in Joe Revere's favor. Kale, good line on it. It's going to finish to the right of the pin, and it checks up safe.
And you know, Terry, the rule here is OB drop zone immediately. It's not last place that crossed. And we know this drop zone, you really can't get aggressive because the OB is 15 feet behind the basket.
Yep. This is almost a guaranteed bogey, possible double.
This is why I said don't go anywhere, man. This thing is not even close. The hole-in-one happens. And, man.
Yeah, look back at what he's done to get here, including the incredible putt on 1 to get him pumped up, a solid approach on 2 that ultimately he's able to get up and down and save par. That would be his only par of the round so far. Laces a perfect drive on the 3rd, which would result in an easy tap-in birdie. See him move up ahead onto 5.
And he's gotten some fortunate kicks. He really has. That's a kick rollout. He could have easily been deep in those woods with nothing. He went on to make that putt. This was just moments ago. Take advantage of a good fortune on the right side. He makes that putt. But what a disaster. It's a 250-foot hole. I mean, you have to do everything that you can to not go out of bounds.
Joe's safe, Dutch and Brett are out.
He'll hike all the way back to the drop zone.
You're good. White safe, red safe. We're out through mine too.
That's what I didn't think I was any close out.
A brutal drop zone. As I said, it basically guarantees you the bogey, and that's if you throw a good approach here and don't go long again.
Exactly.
And we've seen that happen. Big Germ. Any chance he could put it
come
in
on.
as well?
Fill it up. Let's do it. Oh, it's just going to be a park jump.
I'm over it.
And the rain is, as I said, is falling now. It's a light rain, intermittent. Kale and Joe just licking their chops right now. I mean, Joe's basically in.
Oh shit, that might. Yep.
Oh, you're good. Nope.
He's gone out of bounds.
It is standard out of bounds rules from the drop zone. So he will take it last place in bounds.
So it is essentially a tap in from there. But a massive mistake again by Dutch.
This is the first time we're seeing a little crack. A little crack in the man that's looked so perfect so far.
4 consecutive birdies leading up to this hole. The shortest hole in the tournament, as we said. And out of bounds again.
Yeah, and it's a little bit of adrenaline. A little bit of kind of not, just not paying attention to the proper miss. You're trying to win world championships and you have a lead. You have to miss on the proper side. I mean, we're looking at a double here. Birdie by Joe. Birdie by Kale. Joe will be tied.
Hell yeah.
Kale will be one back. And Oman will be just one back. Chase card champion with a hole in one. Let's go.
Nice Joe.
Sounds like what dreams are made of. But Joe right now still dreaming of his 4th world title, and that just tightens things up so much more.
Still got to focus in. You still got to make this putt. Realize even with the double, you're still tied for the lead. Remember what I said just 2 holes ago? You can't allow one hole or one shot to feel like it just ruined everything. You got to try to find the bright side here. You're still tied for the lead.
Here's the rain has stopped. Oman.
That's great.
Gallery likes it on the 12th, excuse me, the 11th. Let's take a look at hole 10.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and take a look at what tall Paul Oman just did. The hole that he got a hole in one on here on 10. He went with the big sidearm out on the left side. This right side, I mean, we see almost nobody do that. In fact, that's really for the FPO basket, the FP40, excuse me, basket. There is this bunker. Let's go ahead and stop it right here. There is this bunker of out of bounds. And I got to say, whoever's working maintenance out here, that's an absolutely beautiful view of the basket. Look, yesterday we saw Revere just lay up over here on the left side. But at the end of the day, it is in the wheelhouse, just 330 feet. Go ahead and play it. 7th easiest hole today. No wind. I'm going to be very interested to see if Revere sticks with his game plan from yesterday of playing very conservative. In fact, he basically just played it for par.
See the wind kind of messing with that. And it's left. And that's out of bounds for Revere.
Wow. It's out of bounds. He changes the game plan, and it could bite him.
Kale stepping up. Kale with just 3 birdies on today's round. Same as Revere.
That's going right towards the OB.
And same result. OB like Revere.
Dude, nobody wants this thing right now. In fact, the guy that I feel like wants it the most is Oman.
Stay up, stay up, stay up.
I cannot believe the number of bullets that Kale has dodged. with all the missed putts, all the mistakes, and he's still just one back of the lead. It's crazy.
This looks like trouble. This looks short. Oh, but it fights through. Batman has a look for birdie. Another two-stroke swing possible.
And again, the fortunate.
Look at that fight.
Yeah, he might have been in bounds without it, but at the end of the day, that could have easily kicked straight down and went right into that out of bounds.
That feels like basically a drop-in with his putting prowess. So looking at birdie, it'll all come down to where is Revere spotted, and will he have a clean look to even have a chance to save the par. Kale's, I think, was much wider. I don't think Kale's can have quite the same look. Well, here he is.
It's circle two.
It is not bad. I thought he might be more left and would be pinched off, but he's got a long look.
You can see the
save
blue,
par.
the blue flag down here. Bottom side of your screen there. So he's outside circle two. Joe's going to be somewhere in circle two.
Kale trying to improve upon his mother's finish. His mom finished second. So congratulations to her a little earlier today. Second here at the World Championships, Angie.
I love his mom too. She's an amazing woman.
Oman, tentative.
Circle two, not a must make, but for Revere, on the other hand, like to see some action.
Online but short.
Best case scenario for Napier. He just gave up 3 shots and he's going to pop back 2 within minutes. Crazy.
And Schick connects. He'll go to 34 under. Certainly not over for him, especially with all the volatility we've been seeing. Anything can happen here.
Seriously.
As we're rounding out and have just about 9 holes to play. 8 after this one. Dutch, huge putt for birdie. Never a doubt.
What that does is that's an immediate blood pressure lowering. It happens, and you feel it. You actually feel it inside your body, where you just feel like, wow, okay, I just took a deep breath there. And yeah, so best case scenario for Napier.
Oman in for par. He remains at 36 under. He's 2 back of our leader, Dutch. Joe Revere knotted up with Paul. Kale sits 1 back of them.
I just love the volatility of this division. I mean, it was one of the things that Nate Sexton had told me when he played at the U.S. Masters, just the volatility, the things that can happen. And it's certainly happening today.
One of the easiest holes on the course. Oman with the tee shot. He actually has a long eagle bid from there. Perfectly safe. No OBs there, but Grant, we've seen a lot of craziness, especially with the OBs over the last few holes. What have you been seeing?
It's strange, guys. I mean, I feel like I'm seeing guys step up with only 1 mistake to avoid, and then they're making that mistake. I mean, there just a moment ago, we saw 2 of the 4 players go OB, and then the very next tee shot, the other 2 of the 4 players go OB. And those second 2 OBs were not ever particularly close to being safe. They were straight in line with OB from the moment they left the player's hands. So it's just kind of a strange situation here where guys are not avoiding the 1 bad miss that they need to avoid. And if that continues as this round unfolds, the question becomes, will anyone break away, or will everybody find themselves sort of stumbling to the finish? We'll have to wait and see.
Or for that matter, who will make the last dreadful mistake, as opposed to if they're going back and forth, you know, and alternating. Whose turn is it? Schick. Low line drive.
This hole number 11, played as the third most challenging yesterday, Terry. You kind of feel like, boy, it's just a big hyzer, but it is 425 feet, and it's a big ask for a lot of these guys, especially with there's a mandatory you have to go around to the right. It's just a big power hyzer. This looks good from Dutch.
Batman! Wow! Just the corner a little bit. This is a time where someone like Joe specifically needs to lean in to this world-class power that he has. And look at this push. All right, no ground play whatsoever, just too much angle. You want that to flatten a little more to penetrate all the way
It's a little
through.
low. You'd like to see that much higher so that it can drift.
LaVisca looking for it to get going. This is tight inside left side. He skips through, but LaVisca will have a long-range look for birdie. The gallery continues to grow as we're closing out the World Championship taking place out here at Blue Ribbon Pines in East Bethel, Minnesota.
Yeah, right. We were just at the Snack Shack the last time we come by. So now you got to follow.
After the big drive, Oman technically has an eagle bid here.
Yeah, but you got to just play it. You don't want to hit anything early. Okay. The fear I have when you go for those long putts is hitting one of them early trees and not getting your birdie.
Visca.
This would be a pump-up putt right here.
He had the juice.
Man, that crowd would have just erupted had that fallen in.
Kale just 3 birdies on today's round.
It's like, it's inconceivable. This guy plays here a ton. But it's the pressure of the championship.
You know that the back nine has played a little bit easier throughout this week as we head into it. Dutch from long range. He likes it.
Let's go.
He knew it. Halfway there, fist pumping. Dutch Napier, birdie on the 11th. He'll move to 39 under.
The guy just has one par today. Unreal.
And right there to congratulate him on a good putt, Joe Revere. Can Joe answer? Yes,
nice
he
job.
does.
Joe's up for the fun.
He remains 2 back. And that was the best drive that we've seen out of any competitor. The one that we just saw by Joe now, that was the closest to the pin that we've seen. And it couldn't come at a better time. And Kale falls now 4 behind Dutch.
What I love about the putt from Dutch Napier is he wasn't praying for it to go in. He wasn't hoping for it to go in. He made it, and he knew that he made it.
More than 50 feet for Dutch.
And what a reaction.
His best finish at a Masters Worlds is 7th. He's done it twice. Today he sits 2 in front, charging.
These dudes, man.
We got 7 holes to play. Wow. And the one thing I can say is, you know, when we see Open world champions, you know, we're clearly seeing the best in the world. And some players real early in their careers, but for Dutch Napier, for Paul Oman, for Kale Visca, a world championship at 40 is a certification of a life's work. And that's what they're playing for right now. I think that's the big difference when we see these Masters World titles versus something in the Open.
Paul sitting at 37 under, 2 back of Dutch. Trying to keep the pressure applied from the chase card.
This is a sketchy tee shot. You got this early tree, got to avoid. Go over this pond.
Just narrowly misses the tree.
Wow.
It's pushing left. And
Oh,
looks to be out of bounds.
Wow, it's close, Terry. I would actually say the opposite. I think he's in.
Oh, okay, I do see the string. Thank you.
Wow.
I was just looking at stakes. We hadn't zoomed in on the string yet, and that is a massive pull that's inbounds.
Dude, we're talking he could have an 80-ish 100-footer. And of course, there's OB close behind that pin.
Get all the way through one time.
Get all the way through.
You've been doing
Could
it
he
all
put
day,
it up there
dude.
for eagle.
Been doing it all day.
Yeah, Grant, how is that circle's edge for eagle?
Yes, indeed. What an incredible drive that was. Just didn't touch a thing and looked intentional from the jump.
This looks intentional, too. Look
That's
at this. Oh, my goodness.
He's past the basket.
Wow. Incredible. What a response.
He's
what a response by Joe.
Outdriven it with a laser at 450 feet.
God. There's no out of bounds here, so everything's safe on this left side. What a response by Joe Revere.
All pressure will be back on Dutch to make the eagle putt. Joe's right there for it.
Yep, and Kale early. Early for Kale.
Let's look at these again. I think whoever wins this, we'll chalk this up as the OTB shot of the day.
Not only that, let's just go ahead and we'll head over to the gas station, grab a lottery ticket right away. I mean, Dutch has, just found the gap, but this was pure from out of his hand. Absolutely pure.
Underneath, past the hanging basket, and directly behind the pin. He's outdriven it.
What, 15 feet long? It's 450. The hole is 450. Joe just threw it 465 through the woods.
On a rope as Kale will do everything he can. He could lose as many as 2 or 3 here.
We should remind everybody at home, this is the easiest hole on the course.
Kale, way off the mark. Birdie not even likely.
It's going to take an absolute miracle for Kale.
I don't see, with what we've seen from Dutch and from Joe and Paul, Kale just has none of that same mojo.
Yeah.
None of it.
I don't see the path to victory for Kale. That being said, he has to just continue to battle and try to make birdies.
He's 20, 25 past the pin. And we know that Dutch is outside of the circle, but not by much.
Is that a disc back there?
Even his cart mates are flabbergasted.
That is such a Schick reaction. Like, Brad Schick he's just an open book, man.
Well,
I love the guy.
Holy Schick is what I said too. What a shot.
Good park, Joe.
Look, Joe doesn't even know. I mean, now he knows, but initially from the tee pad, it's completely blind.
I think I heard someone say you're parked, Joe, and parked isn't quite the word. Obviously, short-range birdie look that we him to make, but you hate hearing someone say you're parked to walk up to 22
somebody
feet.
from the crowd. I mean, at the end of the day, they can say whatever they want.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, go for it. Again, let's go back to his interview yesterday. He's not even hearing that. He said it himself. He doesn't even hear the fans. He doesn't know they're there. So he's locked in, but I agree. You know, you got to just try to ignore it all. Desperation for Cale.
Yeah, this is going to be a par on the easiest hole on the course. At a time that we may see back-to-back eagles. Okay, so Dutch is outside of the circle, but
clean, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
looks
a
like
clean
he's got
stance.
a line.
Yeah, clean stance.
Yeah, 40 feet.
None of these little branches are a problem, and he has a clean swing as well. He doesn't have anything low. Green light.
Batman for eagle.
Yes! Let's go, dude. Wow.
In position for the eagle on the 12th, and he capitalizes.
Ken Climo, pre-round, said the putter is going to win you world championships. So far today, it has done just that for Dutch Napier.
And Joe answers with an eagle of his own.
Yeah, party's on.
To think you drive it 20 past the basket and you don't pick up a stroke on this 450-foot par 4.
And I'm thinking Oman's got to look for eagle up on the next hole. Crazy. I absolutely love disc golf, Terry, and this is why.
Rico looking for his second shot on the 13th. Yes! Rico buries it!
Let's go, dude.
Another eagle for Steve Rico.
Unreal.
Too easy, same disc.
And look, there is OB 10 feet behind the pin. He misses the tree by millimeters, and it goes in like a tap-in putt. Wow.
Dead center.
Oh, my goodness.
Steve Rico will get to 31 under with that as we look back at a previous throw-in. Absolutely love it.
Man, I didn't think anything could top the Champions Cup as far as my favorite days of the year so far. But this is it. This is it, man. This is the World Championship. These guys, lifetime of playing. Wow, another fantastic shot from Steve Rico. And look at this from Oman.
He's got a chance to actually eagle with a putt. Yeah, he's just going to play for the safe birdie.
I don't hate that.
Not at all.
Especially because he won't have known what happened behind him.
And that's exactly what we saw I appreciate your patience. I was looking and I was just lining up the stakes, but as we zoomed in, we see that he was actually hanging over the string, so inbounds.
I guess I can just go rock, same rock. I think I'm gonna do that. I think feels good. Yeah, that's what I agree.
Dutch talks about just going
You
mid.
support
That's
this
an
decision?
interesting changeup.
It is made by State Farm.
I don't hate final round changes to game plans whatsoever, as long as they're made with the proper intention, which is throwing the best shot. You're not trying to protect a lead. You have a 3-time world champion chasing you down. You have to stay aggressive. People that have not won, they need to win with conviction. So if that's going to be the decision by Dutch, that must be his best chance to make birdie. We'll see if it is or not.
Oh no.
He's pulled it.
Oh yeah. No. No.
That is exactly why I don't like these changes.
Big moment. Revere to answer.
Well, come on. No, he didn't. There is OB left as well, Terry, at that point of the fairway, as we saw early, or up by the basket, but there's OB left there.
Grant, did you get any good look at where Revere is and what he'll have to work with?
I think it's going to be tough for Grant because this was way short and way left.
I need my rock back.
Not only did Dutch just throw it in the water, he threw his best disc in the water, and I think a disc that he could actually throw on the very next hole. Right? With these wind conditions, I think 14 would be in the wheelhouse for that rock. I mean, we hope he gets it back, of course, but man.
It looked like it was just on the edge of the water. I'm not concerned about him being able to retrieve it.
Oh yeah. No. No.
That was the reaction after the tee shot.
Yeah, and I mean, all things considered, for throwing out of bounds is currently his favorite disc. Seems like he's got good spirits about it. He's not taking it too hard, at least outwardly. Oman. See you 14.
With low winds, this is a much better opportunity to make birdie.
It's not enough turn.
That's not. Oh, it's. Can you get a little lucky on the rocks? No. Not bad though. He can make that putt. Look at how thick this is over here, Ter. But he's got a little gap. I see some light.
He does have to be careful, though.
Yeah, he really does.
Because the forehand roller, if that curls up and to the left, he could find OB on the left side, right?
Absolutely. No question.
Yeah, come on back to me too.
Looks like the disc has been retrieved.
Yep, and this is the proper play. All shots out of bounds do proceed to the drop zone. Excuse me, in the pond only is the drop zone. So this is the proper play for Dutch.
Can he get to the pin from here?
Yes, he can. He got to be worried about the OB long. But it's just short.
Yeah, that's considerably short.
It is, and that putt brings the OB still into play long.
Me, right? At bogey, most likely.
Yeah, I got it. You can see it in here.
So you can kind of see where Joe is. He's even with the front of this pond. He's still going to have, I mean, in the range of 250 all the way to the basket. I think situationally for Joe, I think it's a big mistake to try to get too aggressive.
You're thinking par, right?
I'm thinking get out, just get out and find short grass. That's all I really care about. If you can get up there into that 30, 35-foot range, great. But don't bring any disaster left into play. You have an infinite amount of space right.
And that's tracking right and will be just fine. He'll have a long look still for birdie. That'll be in circle 2.
Yeah, and he got all the way up there, and he got very close to that small strip of out of bounds.
Joe's sister on the cart, walking along and getting this firsthand experience again. She's been there before. As we take another look at Joe.
And he throws a lot of overhands, actually. I think this is a good play for him. Like I said, I didn't expect him to get that far down there and bring that. Look how small that little strip of out of bounds is. It's only about 15 feet wide. It's a makeable putt. It's, you know, the nice thing about that one, Terry, is it's back up the hill and no OB behind the pin. I mean, way long. I would say on his angle, the OB is going to be about 25, 30 feet long of the basket.
And he's not
versus,
exactly a
versus
fierce putter.
Napier,
Yeah.
who has 10 feet behind the pin.
This could be a 2-stroke swing potentially. It could be all tied up again.
Fly, little.
I think it brings Oman into play as well, Terry. Depending on what Dutch does, and we know Oman has the putt over there on 14.
Here it is. This is from circle 2.
Come on.
Yes. Wow. 5 under in the last 5 holes.
That brings him to, what, 39?
That's, yes, ultimately he's going to get to 39, which is where Rovere is at the moment.
And a bogey by Dutch goes back to 40. So Tall Paul, one shot back potentially. And I will say maybe more for Napier. The thing about this putt is it's going back towards the out of bounds. I've already said it a few times. It's just about 10, 12 feet behind the pin, which means anything off the basket could go OB. Anything off the top is certainly going to be out of bounds.
Yeah, I am not worried about, well, let's just wait and see. I was going to say, I'm not worried about the air ball. I'm worried about a metal hit and roll, as you said.
Yeah. He's made big putts already.
That's just laying it up. He's respecting that OB line, and we don't fault him at all.
I think it was the right play.
I agree. He's being very defensive there. You could say he didn't get high enough. I think in his mind he was going for it, but he had to defend against going OB long.
Rovere for birdie. Everything we just said about the OB actually being on the right side for Dutch. He gets a nasty roll off of the cage, still makeable, but for a moment, that was rolling toward the out of bounds. It really was. So it will be a 1-stroke swing in favor of Joe. And look how quickly he just resets mentally and walks up to put it in for the par.
Yeah, I think holding it together nicely there. You can see he wanted to explode a little bit. Held it together.
Still having a little fun with it.
And still, Napier has just one par on the day on hole 2.
Pars are overrated.
That's crazy.
You don't find any of those in Gotham. applying pressure from the chase cart.
It's only 270. And he threw a 275. Perfect. He's going to 40.
Just pure the whole way. Exactly how you draw up this tee shot. Perfect pace. You want to come in 25 short and just let the hard ground do the work as it's dragging down toward the basket. Paul Oman will be going to 40 under.
Look at that. Bunnell's made it all the way up to hole 18. He's 9 down for the day. Paul Oman, maybe the only guy that could surpass him for the day, as he's 8 under, about to go to 9.
Let's take a look at Oman yet again. The forehand on the 10th. Not a problem. Rings it up in 1. That's an ace. Also an eagle, technically. And then we see the drive by Dutch. That's 40 feet.
Dutch has just stepped up and made the putts, but what a response by Joe Revere here.
The scorekeeper kind of says it all. It's a shrug of like, what just happened?
I mean, if you're a fan out there, every which way you look, you hear chains, man. And then moments later, you see Tall Paul make the big putt over there on 14.
Rico with an eagle as well. So 4 eagles there in the montage. Leviska.
This looks okay. It's starting to flex a little too much here for Kale.
Okay.
Good speed
40,
on it, pin high.
40, 45 feet maybe. Look how much the sun has come out.
This looks good.
Come on. Oh.
Close to where Tall Paul landed, or in that general area. Perfectly safe. Green light on the putt. Schick. Oh, this should go right to the pin. Skip right to it.
Skip in.
Yes, it does. Schick with a bullseye hit.
So Dutch going to the backhand here.
A little sharper.
Yeah, a little speedier than that rock would have been.
Not enough turn. This is going to hyzer out as well. It's going to be right next to Joe.
Putting contest. 1, 2, 3.
Hello, we're Kenna. We're a Dutch growing company. We love plants and we want to tell you some cool things about them. Just like humans, plants can communicate. They can sense when another plant is close. Plants look out for each other too. They warn neighbors about nearby threats by secreting substances. And studies have shown that plants love a good tune. We love and understand plants. Let our passion excite you too.
Kale has already sent his approach up. Napier, long range birdie, off the mark.
Good run, Dutch. Good run.
This is a chance for Revere to make it a 3-way tie for first.
For birdie. It's short.
And Paul Oman being out in front of these guys with a chance to set a score. Oman is 6 down for the last 6 holes. He's 7 down for the last 8.
Hole 14, a difficult get.
Yeah, it always has been to get over the pond, but keep it short of the water. Over the pond, but keep it in this, red, wood chip green has always been difficult. I think one of the most beautiful holes out here is 14.
Plays as the 4th most difficult hole on the course. Now, Oman in the 16th.
Yeah, this is one of the easiest holes. It's just a big hyzer at 340.
Really just needs the reverse angle of the forehand ace he had earlier.
Yeah, no ground play, just it's going to stick. There it goes.
Not far from putting it in. Likely birdie on the 16th for Oman.
Oman can get to 43, barring an ace. Another one. He can get to 43. And so that's the number. The advantage that Napier has.
Oh! Germ splashes out. It doesn't stick.
Incredible.
Nice picture.
Rico's like, hey,
this
man.
This is so germ.
I'll show you how to eagle. Oh, what a shot by Germ, tracking the whole way. It looks so good.
It really did. High. Oh, it was just a little too high. That lower is in. Man.
Well, consolation prize. You've already seen an ace, Germ.
Yeah, that's true.
Schick. Parked.
Schick's been playing good over the last few holes. So the advantage Napier has is he can get to 44 because he's got these 4 holes to play. Revere's ceiling is 43.
That's butter.
That's also par.
That's butter.
We could honestly be seeing a playoff.
This is much lower than the previous 2 shots. Does it get the ground play? It does. It's tracking and just outside the bullseye. Revere looking for a birdie on the 15th.
Yep, a response needed for Dutch.
It's inside. And caught up. Dutch way outside of birdie territory.
Yes, he is. All in all, that could have been a lot worse. It didn't take a horrible kick. And I think, par is certainly a likelihood. Birdie, maybe. The one thing that Dutch can't do is get too aggressive on this putt and bring bogey into play. You cannot do that.
And I don't think he's going to even give this a run. This is going to be a pitch. He's just going to play it safe.
That's good. That's good disc golf right there. Smart.
As you said, you can't give anything away.
Nope. It's too late for that.
So Dutch will remain at 40. Joe with a birdie will get to 40. And Paul Oman sitting at 40, but up ahead on 16, has a very short birdie luck.
And honestly, that brings their ceilings to 43, all 3 of them. Somebody have it in them to go a turkey to finish.
Revere, birdie on the scorecard. Goes to 40 under. 3-way tie for first.
Yeah, fool me, Brad. Wait your turn.
If Oman gets to 43, he'll have shot a 9 down on the back. that's what it takes to win from the chase card. But you got to make every putt. You got this 15-footer here to make.
No problem. Put another one on the scorecard.
"17 played as the second easiest hole yesterday, and 18 was the fourth. Taps in his birdie, the fourth most difficult. So you have one of the easiest and one of the most difficult, along with 16 with really kind of falls in the middle.
When they say check your blood pressure, it's usually just from being Masters age, not watching Masters golf.
I was going to say, and just the players. Mine is pretty high right now. We have one of, if not the most basic tee shots here. It's just a big hyzer. Really not a lot to talk about here. There's not even any out of bounds long. This is the pin we're playing to here. It's 340 feet. We're just looking to smash a big hyzer. Pick a spot in the sky and put yourself in position to make birdie. This is one you gotta get, but you cannot overlook it. You have to execute the shot, and you gotta make the birdie.
That's not much better.
Yeah, Schick has overturned it real quick. Grant, the sun appears to be out. What's it feeling out there with the temperatures?
It's gross. It's real muggy at very, very still, which is not shooing away the mosquitoes at all. It's pretty uncomfortable, to be honest with you, but at least it's not blazing hot. So players able to function pretty well.
Great shot.
Joe's got the elite power. He can easily get it there. I think for Napier, it's at the edge.
Nice, Joe.
So I think it's just, I guess what I'm trying to get at is for Napier, it's just a full shot. You just pick the disc and you just throw it as hard as you can and just let the disc do all the work here.
All right to the basket. And just over the top. Joe appears to be closer, but a great shot by both of them. Oman needs to capitalize on the easiest hole on the course. And a beautiful shot by Oman. He continues to charge from the chase card. We'll be right back.
Discover Estonia. Feel the thrill of Tallinn. The European Disc Golf Festival kicks off July 17th with the world's top players. Get your tickets now at svibi.com.
I'm Jason, and I'm the marketing and promotions manager for Zig Outdoor, and this is the Transit Cart. One of the unique features with the Transit Cart is the ability to load discs from the top. All of my discs are right there, readily accessible. Another great feature of the Transit Cart is the extra storage space down below, and the telescoping handle can fit to any height that I might need. The Transit Cart is a great option for people who are looking for additional storage, ease of use, and accessibility.
We're going to keep things rolling here, just like our Zuka cart.
And if anything, these putts, while they seem easy, are not.
Wow.
20-footers in the final round, 3 holes from the final hole this is high pressure stuff, but we saw with AB at the Northwest Disc Golf Championship, a putt that he makes all day. He missed under those circumstances.
And we just saw the approach by Schick. He sits at 36, and he's 3 ahead of Germ, and he's right there with Kale, but he's looking at that 4th or 5th place finish. He's kind of comfortably in that neighborhood. It's really a battle between him and Kale as Kale's off the top. So they're both going to par here. Kale will maintain a 1-stroke lead over Schick.
Yeah, and I think for Kale, it's just a huge letdown, man. He really wanted this one, and it's starting to crumble.
Is this flow of play?
Potentially. I'm assuming they talked about it.
I'm just thinking that. Okay, so about the same distance. I was thinking that Dutch was definitely out between the two of them, but it appears they were about the same.
Yeah, 6 in one, half dozen in the other.
Barely in. It was low and right, but it goes in. They match birdies. They both go to 41.
It wasn't all that convincing, was it, Ter?
No. Certainly nothing I'm alarmed by, but that was not on the pole, dead center with good speed.
Yeah.
It was a little nervous.
But you know that Joe's was. And, when you get in battles this close, it's the small things that we look at. It's the small things that can make the difference of being a world champion or not.
Routine approach by Paul here. Getting on the platform and perfect shot. So easy. He's looking to go to 42 under.
Hole number 17, just 397 feet. You got the mandatory on the left. You're really just trying to throw a very controlled hyzer. Those 2 trees we just passed, those can be a problem. You got to just spike it in between there. And as we turn the corner here, let's just go ahead and stop it right here. We just saw the elevated basket. Now, a couple of things to mention here. On the tee shot, you don't want to go right. That's not a good spot. Really, really thick. This inside is an OB. And then, of course, you have the elevated basket right up there. You can go ahead and play it. This is the second easiest hole. You have a world championship to win. If you can't bury this hole, honestly, you probably don't deserve to win. So these guys got to step up and do it. Already, it looks like Oman is going to do it. The one thing, Ter, you can't overlook this initial tee shot. A lot of those dead, in quotes, trees that are out there are purposefully put there, right, to make it a little bit more challenging. Outright lead for Paul Oman.
Perfect. Is that the word?
Yep, he cleared those 2 trees in the short grass.
Paul's birdie that we just saw a moment ago was to take the outright lead at 42 under. And even better. Not that an extra 10 or 15 or 20 feet means that much on this tee shot. The point is that it's in the center of the fairway, and you've got a clean look as Brad doesn't get around the corner.
The final dead / tree that's in the middle that we just saw Oman kind of pitch around, you just want to try to be as close to that as you possibly can so that it's not even a factor. And I think all of these shots have done a good job at that.
Well, let's put it out there. Playoff scenario.
Yes, thank you. I was waiting for you to bring that up.
They go to hole 1. If it's not decided, they go to 18, and they continue that loop on repeat.
And we've seen that
18,
loop.
1, 18.
I believe it was Ricky Wysocki and Nate Sexton several years ago here at BRP went into a playoff, and that loop I think they did a couple of times. And you know, you can see 18 right there at the top of your screen. It is an island. Man, nobody is going to have the pleasure of laying it up like Owen Scoggins did earlier today. Paul Oman, the first person to get to it. Little bit of breeze. This is the most wind we've seen so far today.
World Championship potential on the line. Oman delivers.
It looks good to me.
On the green. Oman with a birdie look on 18 to go 9 under on the back 9.
Dude, come on. He's got a 15-footer to go 9 down, Terry. Unreal.
That could be the shot to win him the World Championship.
Seriously.
Off the rocks for Revere, leaving him with a little work.
Yeah, that's not an easy putt. That is pretty elevated.
Just the reaction off the rocks saying, don't do that, don't do that. And now he'll have a stressful putt for birdie. How does Dutch respond? Goes to the forehand flick.
Oh,
no.
Boy.
Wow. A terrible shot. This is almost exactly what we saw this morning. Jen Allen went long left. Owens went to the right.
Terry,
Allen doesn't make the putt.
These guys have putts. Paul Oman has a putt. If they miss, Paul Oman is likely the world champion from the chase card. So much on these putts, man. And actually, you can see Joe's is not distance-wise a problem, but the elevation makes it challenging. And what happens is these rocks kind of pop up. It's not an elevated basket with a clear swing. These rocks pop up. They're real big, and that's going to be the problem. Paul Oman, I mean, deep breaths, blank it all out, make a 15-footer. You could be world champ, man. Crazy.
To keep his chances alive, Dutch for birdie. Gets
Let's
it!
go!
Yes!
Woo! Wow, ice in the veins. That keeps him alive.
Dutch still with a chance. He'll likely need a birdie on the 18th. Next up, Kale.
See how these rocks just kind of come up? They're just in your vision. They're
Kale.
not really affecting the shot, but it's just sort of a visual.
And to keep his chances alive, Joe Revere for birdie. It falls out.
It's out.
Joe's reign as world champ likely ending.
Yes, I mean he needs a miracle. He needs Oman to miss. If Oman doesn't miss, he needs an ace. He needs an ace to get into a playoff. I mean, what a putt by Dutch though. Seriously, same elevation dealing with it.
And he knew it as well.
How many putts has this guy made today?
Almost all of them. Joe Revere slides out the right side.
It was the convincing putt of 16 was not there. He played a game at the rim and he lost there for Joe Revere.
Paul Oman sits at 42 under. For birdie on his final hole of regulation to become the outright leader. And he's done it. Paul Oman, your leader at the World Championships, waits for the lead card to come through.
A 12 under on the round, a 9 down with an ace on the back 9. A day that Paul Oman will never forget. And I'll tell you right now, Terry, we've got it right here on the Disc Golf Network. He's going to be able to watch this for years and years to come. What a scorecard.
Worst case scenario, he goes to playoff.
Yep, and he could win outright. If Napier misses the island, if Joe does an ace, he could win, and he could be champ, not having to throw another shot.
What a performance.
Remember yesterday, Paul Oman looked like the class of the group. He had that double bogey that really just threw him off, but he battled late, and he got himself in position at the top of the chase card. Wow.
World Championships essentially comes down to this drive.
Yesterday, Dutch threw out of bounds here. Round 1, he birdied.
Low but pushing. It's going to skip. And Dutch on the green, looking to force a playoff at the World Championships.
And he's closer. He is closer than what we just saw from Oman. Man,
That's you 55?
He brought out of bounds into play with that low shot there. This is a time to confirm all the scorecards. Don't make a mistake there.
Cale started the day in 3rd. And skips onto the island. And Cale will finish in 4th at the World Championships.
Yeah, it's going to be another year for Cale to potentially become a world champion.
Revere needs an ace. And it's going to be a birdie at best. Joe Revere will end his championship reign at 3 in a row.
Crazy. He's going to shoot, if he makes it, a 6 the final day. Schick protecting against Coling. So Coling is 1 shot behind him in 6th. He's just protecting his 1 shot above him. He can't pass Cale. I think a really smart play there by Brad Schick.
That was the putt for Oman.
Yeah, that's how the round ended. This is how the beginning of the back 9 started. As the rain was falling, an ace.
Paul will head into the clubhouse. It's going to all come down to a putt by Batman.
I mean, we've talked about it so many times. What do you do when there's a playoff happening? How do you prepare? I say you just got to keep your mind locked in. Kenny Climo said it earlier today. It's hard to be intense for 4 hours. You got to just take a deep breath, but keep your mind in that momentum mode, right? You just shot 12 down. You got to get another birdie on the
Grant, give us the win read out there. We're talking about 18, of course, but this is likely going to hole 1. What are you seeing and feeling?
I got to tell you, the wind has been pretty inconsistent over the last 2 holes, but it hasn't been terribly strong in any instance, and it's not terribly strong right now. It will be on hole number 1, a right to left wind.
Valiant effort for a defending champion.
Joe Revere with 3 world titles.
But he will be disappointed.
Will sit back. He will watch likely a playoff for someone to claim the new title in 2025.
Yeah, it's edge of bullseye for Dutch. He's just outside of about a half of a step.
To force the Worlds into a playoff. Dutch pitches in. And folks, we have a playoff at the World Championships.
I almost threw a B laying up. I was this far from OB. Why would I go for it? What's the point?
We have ourselves a tie atop the MP40 division at the 2025.
What? We just start frame that? No, Brad did.
Oh, Brad, yeah, Brad.
So 2, 2, 2, 3.
Give these guys a round of applause.
I gotta check. What's going on here?
Yeah, get the
Wow.
blood pressure cuff, Terry.
Deep breaths. We have a playoff
Yeah.
at the World Championships for the title. Does it get any better than this?
No, it really doesn't. Like I said, for me, this is the best day of the year so far. Very interesting, the similarities between what we just saw from Dutch and what we just saw from Oman. Oman, he had 13 negative strokes. He had the hole-in-one, of course. He had 1 bogey. Dutch Napier, 13 negative strokes, including an eagle, but he had a double and 2 bogeys. Dutch only had 3 pars on the day. So we're talking about momentum here, right? Obviously, Tall Paul hasn't parred in over an hour and a half. Dutch Napier has had some struggles, but again, you're going to play 1 in 18, so your mind just has to be on those 2 shots. We're going to see a champion here soon.
Well, hole number 1, they both birdied, and what we're going to do is take a break on the network, and when we return, sudden death playoff for a World Championship title. Don't go anywhere.
What is the simplest way to improve your disc golf game? The answer, learn from the very best. Paul Ulibarri, Simon Lizotte, Ezra Aderhold, and Holland Hanley. They're not just players, they are your elite coaches guiding you every step of the way. The Power Disc Golf Academy is the premier online disc golf academy with over 150 on-demand lessons that are specifically designed to improve your skills right now. So what are you waiting for? Join today at PowerDGA.com.
Oh my gosh. Before they square off. Oh, come on, even a kiss? Is that the kiss of death is the question.
Well, you got a Kentucky bat going versus Tall Paul from Indiana. I think, this is a very amazing moment here, Terry. These 2 guys have battled over 5 days. Tall Paul from the Chase card. And, yeah,
Last year, Paul Oman finished 19th in the ProMaster World Championships in his first year being eligible for the division. As I've said, we've seen Dutch go and get 7th place twice and 12th place twice. Now, one of these 2 will be world champion, both with their best finishes ever at the Worlds. Dutch to go first, sudden death playoff.
Let's go, baby! And this is online, dude.
Oh, hits the pole koozie. Dutch parked.
That's that champ love right there, man.
Go, Paul. Come on, bud.
Paul Oman needs to answer on the first hole of sudden death.
Yeah, Paul's gone long in rounds 4 and earlier today. Did make the putt today. It's a little bit of a speedier disc.
Go, Paul. There you go.
He's tracking, stays clean, and he answers.
Yes, he does.
Just 2 feet longer. Are you kidding me? 2 perfect shots back to back. We're heading back to 18.
Yes, we are. The island is going to come into effect.
Unbelievable. What pressure?
Well, and I gotta hand it to Paul. There was a Raz as he was releasing, and he handled it like a champion. What a shot.
Look at that. How do you do that? Sudden death playoff for the Worlds. You put one to a foot away and the other one's 3 feet away.
Terry, these 2 guys combined today had 26 negative strokes between the 2 of them. I mean, it's insane. They're birdieing today. That's what they're doing. it's a potential that this playoff could go on for a while. Of course, he's still got to make the shots. This one just perfectly weighted. The ground play was not even a factor for Paul. The only thing I'll say is Dutch's disc is coming in completely flat, not going to skip. If Paul hits anything hard pan, zoom, he goes off into the woods.
Well, will we see those two discs again? That becomes the question. First, they had to 18. You're right. If they keep playing the way they have been, the way they closed out this round, I'm going to be Grandmasters eligible by the time this thing's done. This could go back and forth for hours. Unbelievable as we head back to the 18th. No better place to finish it than on 18, and we'll see who does it.
Yeah, look, it's 335 feet. We have low winds today. It's honestly just about execution here on 18. It's not really about stepping up and going out of your comfort zone. This is in the wheelhouse of both men. They just both birdied it. It's about execution under pressure now. That's what we're about to see.
I'll add on to that. You just called it. It's 335, hole one, 340. So just think about it's the almost essentially the exact same distance, very different dangers, of course, but almost the exact same distance for them.
Yeah, and you can see the pin location, you know, is front left, sort of, kind of in the front third over there on the left side. That back corner is safe. Now, you know, advantage here, in my opinion, for the guy teeing first, which in this case is Paul Oman. If he can put it on, the pressure is right back on Dutch. OB shots go directly to a drop zone, which is about a 40-foot putt.
You love it.
It's a little long right. It's the spot, though.
On the green.
That's the wider side of the green.
Basically lands in the dead center.
I would say within 5 feet of the putt he just made about 12, 13 minutes ago. Pressure on Dutch's shoulders here. Wow, the pressure just ramped up even more. A reset?
Does it pay off? Dutch with the drive.
Straighter.
That's wide right.
He needs help.
That is going to be the end of it.
Not necessarily.
Possibly, yes.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. He has to make a putt here. He's been making putts all day.
Good call. He will need to make the putt from the drop zone, and at that point, obviously, Oman will have to miss the birdie opportunity. This is not over.
No, not at all. I mean, if Dutch misses, obviously, Paul can just lay up. But, I mean, at this point, Dutch's mind has to be on making this putt. You could hear him say, that disc, how can it go straight? The reset, man. I'm a little bit surprised here. I didn't see anything. I think probably a little bit of nerves, a little bit of questioning himself. Wow.
So quiet
But
as he will walk up to the drop zone.
It is such a makeable putt here, man. I mean, I remember in that playoff with Ricky and Sexton, I mean, Ricky made one from the drop zone in that playoff. See the edge of the circle there. We're going to call this 42 feet there.
For any chance to extend the playoff, Dutch.
Incredible sportsmanship. Just incredible sportsmanship. And tall Paul Oman has the honor of laying up to become a world champion from the chase card today. So the best day of his disc golfing life.
Paul Oman, your 2025 PDGA Masters World Champion.
Unbelievable respect for both of these men today, Terry.
Ladies and gentlemen, after a couple extra holes, on behalf of the PDGA, Blue Ribbon Pines Disc Golf Club, all of the sponsors, staff, volunteers, and fans, we have a champion at the 2025 PDGA Masters Disc Golf World Championship presented by Zuka in the MP40 division, Paul Oman.
World champ! Let's go!
Let's hear it for Paul, everybody!
Let's take a look at what Paul Oman did today to win off of the chase card. Got things started right with a birdie on hole 1. A long range putt on hole number 8. He hadn't done anything special up until that point.
And remember,
just 3 under.
And we're going to see the hole in 1 here. But remember on 7, Terry, he hit basically first available, kicked into the woods, barely able to make bogey. But man, this putt right here, that was a big one. But honestly, they were all big. He started with the ace on 10, he parred 11, and he streaked to the finish. His final 9 holes of competitive disc golf, he birdied, including the 2 in the playoff.
Just a machine.
11 under for his final 11 holes of the day. It is, I mean, it's honestly a fairy tale finish for the tall man from Indiana.
An ace en route to a world championship title. It's impressive, and Grant Zellner is on the ground. Take it away, Grant.
Tall Paul Oman, your first major championship, and you decide to do it at a Worlds. Congratulations. What are the emotions at this moment? Do you even have any that you can describe?
Yeah, absolutely. I feel amazing. I just got to play with one of the first professional disc golfers I ever met in my life, Dutch Napier.
taught me a lot about the game, and that was just incredible to be in a playoff with him, to share that experience. And I mean, what can you say? We're at Blue Ribbon Pines.
Paul, the last time I saw you, you were in the warehouse of your main sponsor getting your allotment of supplies for the coming year. Can you talk a little bit about the grind that it is and the reward that today is, but the grind that it is to get to do what you do just for the love of the game?
I mean, I think that's it. I love this game. I want to play it as much as I can, as long as I can. I saw my friend's mom get second place in FP70 this year. That's unbelievable. I hope I can play when I'm 70 years old. But yeah, I mean, the road is long. We got events every week, and you just put your head down and do what you love. Keep playing. We got amazing people out here that just support you all along the way. I don't know.
You kept your pursuit up from the chase card. How were you able to keep track of what you needed to do during the course of the day? Were you watching scores? Were you trying to listen for roars through the woods? Or were you just focused on only your shots?
Yeah, I mean, I've played BRP a lot. We had the Majestic just a few weeks ago. I get a lot of rounds in with a lot of great friends, a lot of great competitors. I mean, it's BRP. You don't look at the scores. You just keep birdieing, I think, is the deal. And if you get an ace, I mean, go with it.
Tell us a little bit more about that ace. I mean, what was the disc? What was the shot? What was the read? Tell us more about it.
I just got that destroyer at the Tim Selinsky Masters out in New Mexico, which was awesome. If you guys ever need to go to a really rad place and play some golf, Ruidoso, New Mexico. But yeah, my caddy or a friend after round one, I didn't throw that shot very well. He told me I needed to get a little flatter. Same disc, just got a little flatter, hit a little harder, and it went in. I don't know what to tell you.
Everybody listening to you right now that loves this game, plays with goals in mind. You just achieved a career goal. How do you move on now? What are the next goals in mind?
I got Silver Cup in Manitowoc, Wisconsin next week. I'm going to go have some fun. Actually, next Friday is my birthday. So honestly, just keep doing what we love. I don't know.
So Paul Oman, a world champion. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
A majestic sight out there at BRP. Congratulations, Paul. It was incredible. A playoff, two-hole playoff at that. Joe Revere getting bumped out on the second to last hole to not be in contention to claim his fourth world title. How in the world do we regroup after such a day?
Well, in the words of a world champion, I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, what can you really say? It was just a blessing of a day for disc golf and for us and for all the fans at home. And, the one thing, I tried to articulate this during the show, but the one thing I take away from covering these couple of days is we're seeing world champions not at the beginning of their career, not even at the end of their career, but in the middle. This guy's been doing this for 20 years. Dutch was one of the first guys he met as a professional. And you're just seeing a vindication, a certification of all that time and all that effort. Yeah, it's just a win. But this win, this Masters title, it'll stick with you forever. So congratulations to Tall Paul. Congratulations to Own as well, keeping her run. And honestly, man, just everybody out there. It was really cool.
Well, we've got more analysis. We've got an OTB after show. All of that, along with some other interviews and such, on the other side of the break. We'll be right back.
The Chalker from Innova, your 2-in-1 chalk bag and mini marker. It's a chalk clay hybrid sports sack and PDGA legal mini.
experience is the greatest teacher. And I'm so blessed after 40 years and 150 so courses, every project I'm still learning. I think when you get down to it, a lot of it is about vision. There's the vision for individual holes. There's the vision for the property and what it can become as a course and what it can become as a venue. And then there's the vision for what disc golf can become.
If disc golf is your game, make Gotta Go, Gotta Throw your Disc Golf warehouse with a huge selection of discs, bags, baskets, carts, and more. Everything you need for the game you love. Online or at our Minnesota store. GottaGoGottaThrow.com, your disc golf warehouse.
Your membership dollars have a huge impact on the growth of the game of disc golf. The PDGA uses membership dollars to provide and aid disc golf as it spreads across the globe. From tools like the PDGA app and Tournament Manager, services like the TD Helpline, and grant programs that support the growth of disc golf globally. Your active membership also brings you access to select member benefits, including free and discounted access to the Disc Golf Network. So sign up today, and we'll see you out on the course.
Welcome to Tournament Central. We are blessed that our runner-up, Dutch Napier, was able to catch up with Grant Zellner after the round.
With Dutch Napier, a silver medalist here at Masters World. Dutch, first of all, thank you for that. Thank you for the delight it was to watch you compete out there today. What are the emotions at the moment? How are you feeling?
Man, it's hard to unravel them, really. The emotions, man. I know my family's back home watching. You know, I love them all, and I'm glad they got to experience it with being able to watch it on the DGN. The emotions are rough, you know, but it was great, man. I played real well. I putted real well. I had a great week, and just leading up to the event, playing in the Majestic, it prepared me for it. You know, just slid right out of bounds on the last one.
We learned today that one of the discs in your bag, one of the discs that you threw frequently today, was something given to you by Ken Climo some 20 years ago. That is indicative of the family out here and of the history and of the years that you have been playing with your competitors. If you could say something to those competitors and to those that brought you this far in your career, what would you say to them?
Man, I love you all. Thanks for all the journey, and man, I'm going to keep pushing to be the best in the world. You know, that's what I'm going to try to keep doing. That rock that Ken Climo gave me, I gave to Paul Oman actually 10 years ago whenever I got sponsored by Prodigy, and he put it in his bag for a little bit, threw it, and then this year I'm unsponsored, and so me being unsponsored, I told him, I was like, hey bro, I need some discs. He said, I got some gems for you. So he actually gave me that same rock back too. So you know, it's just kind of full circle.
And that was the same disc you were using as you battled him back and forth, especially there at the end.
Parked hole one with it in the playoff.
What does it feel like to have hundreds of people watching you? It's not an experience that Masters players get to have very often. So when you get to have it, what does that feel like? What does that do for you in terms of adding something to your game?
Man, it's heart soothing. It's what I play for. You know, I play to put a smile on people's faces. I play to be the best that I can be, you know, and having all the people here to watch me and the rest of the master players. I mean, you know, I'd like to see more of it to where we can get more, you know, more on live so that my parents can watch at home. You know, this is super awesome for me and my family. So,
Dutch, thanks for putting on a show today. Congratulations on your finish.
Also, Mom, I got some more crystal for the case. Yeah, love you all.
What a soul, what a guy. The story about that disc. I think back to one of the first times I was introduced to Dutch, even though I did start playing a little before him. I saw him at Maple Hill, which I think is one of the times that you remember most too. But he had himself in contention. He was on a lead card. He was one of the most friendly and talkative guys that was out there. His wife was out there having a good time with it. Just the spirit, the aura that was around him. And to talk about how much he's embraced disc golf, but live disc golf, he actually got a Smashbox TV tattoo. He's the only guy that has a tattoo of our live broadcast company. So just this, everything about him is so endearing and so gracious. And obviously he should have a family he has a family that's incredibly proud. There's been times throughout the years where his family hasn't been able to attend, and his wife will maybe send me a message and ask a few questions, and I then send back and tell her what's going on. It's been awesome, and I absolutely love to see it. Anything you have to say?
Well, I would just say I think the saying I like is don't judge a book by its cover. If you were to just not know Dutch and just see him walking down the street, you might have an idea of who he is. But what we just saw was so real, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it was so real. His family, his mom, and they're still watching. They all care. This guy's in his 40s. And this is how much it means to them. And then the story of that disc, dude, I'm telling you, to come from Kenny's garage to Dutch's bag to Paul Oman's bag, of all people. And then he parks hole one with it in a playoff against a guy when this moment for either one of these men would have been huge. I still think it is huge for Dutch, but of course we're so proud of Paul as well.
Yeah, incredible. Well, someone who was out there on the ground that got to see this all firsthand and experience all of it was Grant Zellner. And Grant, wow, what a week that it's been. And what are your emotions? I'm going to start there. We've heard from these players, but what are your emotions watching this unfold right in front of you?
You know, guys, I'm honestly touched by the everyman nature of the divisions that we watched this week, both the men and the women, and the fact that so many of the players we saw, they had to come up in this game in a time when it was very difficult, if not impossible, to make a living doing nothing but disc golf. So some of them became school teachers, and some of them became physical therapists or heat and air experts or mechanics or whatever it took in order for this to be the main focus of their life. And so many other people have to do their lives another way, and that's okay. But that's inspiring to see these players out here who, you know, have to divide their time, and yet they still find a way to focus on not only their game in terms of the physical aspects and the excellence involved, but also on the community. And I think you saw what that does with the way the fans responded, especially today, of course. They are truly beloved individuals, and these aren't just family and friends. These are people that go beyond that in terms of the community, that are out here staying the entire day just to cheer someone on, knowing that there might be a chance it would be their first major, and they waited just at the outside chance that could happen, and then they were rewarded with a wonderful moment that I'm sure that they will remember and talk about for years. I'm touched by that.
Yeah, that truly is amazing, Grant. And I want to ask, that moment on the 18th green, and even actually the moment right before they started the playoff between Dutch and Paul, it was clear that they're friends. It's clear that they've known each other for a long time. I mean, how was that feeling? I mean, I have goosebumps now, but how was that feeling just being there and seeing that interaction between two great competitors?
Well, like I said, what's interesting about that is they're not from the same state. They became acquaintances and then friends through this game, through competition, maybe through some other mutual acquaintances. But that's a friendship that was decades in the making. in order for them to face off against each other today. And I know there was a piece of them that hated that was the other one across from them on that tee pad when it was time to flip the disc and it was time to go out in that playoff. But I think also there's a piece of them that thought, well, if I'm going to have to lose to someone, I want it to be him. And if I'm going to have to watch someone else raise that trophy, I'm glad to see here, to be here and to see that person get to raise the trophy over their head. The number of people that have come up to Dutch since the play ended has been equal to the number that have come up to Paul, congratulating him and sincerely thanking him for what he did today, even if it didn't work out for him in terms of the trophy he raised up. Truly, truly grateful for him and what he represents and what he put on today in terms of a show. That's really cool to see.
Yeah, and I'm going to follow that up with representation. 21 countries represented here, almost 1,100 competitors, 26 world champions ultimately crowned. Congratulations to each and every one of them. A very historic Masters Worlds in Minnesota here this week. Any final takeaway about the Worlds, or maybe even where our sport is headed once we've seen the success that we had here this week?
Well, I got to be honest, and I'm not just saying this in a self-serving way. I think the fact that the network was here to watch this particular generation play and compete for a major title, I think that's important. I think that connects more people that might be watching to a broader game than what they might be used to. Not that there's anything wrong with the Pro Tour. The Pro Tour is spectacular, but the reason the Pro Tour exists is because of what these players did for years before many of the Pro Tour players were even born. So getting to see these players play, I think, is very, very important in terms of the foundation for the sport, in terms of generating respect for the sport, which respect is in short supply just about everywhere in society now, so that's important. I'm very, very glad that we got to witness this, both in person for us, but also on screens for so many viewers. I think that is also part of what made this Masters historic.
Well, Grant, I love being here with my friend Nate in all these years. I'm also a little jealous I wasn't on site like you were, but you did great. We appreciate all of your insight and hustling around throughout the weekend. Go relax, do some celebrating with the rest of the champs out there, and thank you so much for joining us this week.
Thanks, Grant. Appreciate you, man.
I'll make sure to give out lots of Tear Bear hugs, and I'll tell everyone they're from you, Terry.
Yes.
Right. Good luck with that. I mean,
oh, wow. So awesome.
You're not missing the mosquito bites. Trust me. That's the one thing about BRP. You got to get used to it.
That's true. That's true.
We call it the Aussie wave, as they like to say. But
so many incredible
people.
Look,
man, I'm a little bit ham in this moment because of what he just said, and the respect of amongst these competitors. And that moment where Dutch is cheering on his friend Paul, and it's a devastating moment for Dutch. You could see it in his eyes. His family's probably at home crying their eyes out as well. And it just goes to show you how much it means. And I think I'm so happy we covered this, man. I really am. I'm so happy we did. You can just sign me up. I will do this as long as I'm not playing in it, which I don't plan to. I'll do this as long as I can, because the next 7 years, we started the show off by seeing who's going to come into this potentially in the next 7 years is an unbelievable amount of people. In 7 years from now, Ricky Wysocki will be eligible to play in this. And that's the beauty of the PDGA, them keeping the Masters Worlds going, and really the beauty of our game. It is a small community of people that all care about each other.
Yeah, it has been your life, my life entirely.
Yeah.
And we couldn't ask for any more. And all we have to do, one more task before we're out of here, is the OTB shot of the day. Has there ever been a more obvious shot of the day? I don't think so.
I don't think so. I also got to say, man, I don't think there's ever been a guy who finished 11 for 11, right?
Yeah.
For the final nine, for
Incredible.
the final 11 holes. So roll it.
Roll it. Let's see it. We all know what it is.
Wow.
OTB, only the best shot of the day.
It was a dream moment with
an Aces
the
special.
Raindrops falling.
Yeah, an Aces special. Playing at Worlds is special. An Ace at Worlds is special. An Ace at Worlds to win Worlds It doesn't get any better. Congratulations to all of our 26 champions as Paul Oman ultimately walks away victorious in the MP40 division. So impressive to see. Paul Oman will be in Wisconsin next weekend, and then he's traveling to Finland. We've got action in Norway happening still this weekend. 3:30 Eastern is when the FPO action kicks off, where Kristen Lett is out in the lead, and at 9 Eastern, we'll see Adam Hammes try to fend off Gannon Burr and the rest. That's all over at the PCS Open. Of course, we want you to tune into DGN for that action. For Grant Zellner, along with Nate Doss, I'm Terry Miller. Thank you for watching the PDGA Masters World Championship in Minnesota. We'll see you next time.